This can't be right.
It's all Kendrick.
It's all Kendrick. Wait, are we recording? Maul just discovered that Kendrick is his top.
What did it say, Maul?
No, I think
It's Kendrick. And then YG.
No, we can start with our year wrap up.
Text it to Julian.
I love
so he
that,
can put it on the screen.
That we got to see the real time reaction.
Nah, say the artist. Say the artist.
My baby said this can't be right.
Who is it?
the top artist.
Yeah.
Oh, Drake, but Bryson Tiller was second. I don't remember.
What's wrong with that?
I don't remember listening to Bryson
You were
Tiller.
jamming to that
The
album.
album came out this year.
Earlier
I
in the
don't
year.
remember listening to that shit for 3,624 minutes.
Damn,
Yo,
that's
God
crazy.
damn,
Talk about a Bryson fan.
Yeah, like my.
Do you fuck to it? And I'm not. I'm
Wait, you've been listening
you
for
last
that
that
long?
long?
Fuck that. So what's the Drake minutes then? If you were listening to Bryson that much,
5,800.
God damn.
Then Don Toliver, 2,152 minutes. Leon Thomas, 1634.
Love that.
And then Ye Ali, 1512.
So Don Toliver makes sense for you. Do you fuck to the Bryson album? You ain't answer me.
No, I think I probably had it on like repeat cleaning and shit like that. And it was one of those type of, you know what I mean? Like the week it came out. But I just feel like I listened to so much other music this year. Like I was not expecting that to be number
Well,
two.
it also shows you your top songs. Your top songs by the month, which I think is interesting as well.
So all my top songs are bath time stuff, but if I get past that, when I go to top songs, J Electronica, Fruits of the Spirit.
God, you guys are fucking.
And the second one, what did I go through this year? Why is Drake Jaded number 2 as far as not bath time songs?
That's your
That song goes hard.
No, Jaded is a classic, but what the fuck was I going through this year? And then after that, Lil Sim's Angel, which is like one of my favorite fucking songs. Then Black Milk, No Wish, and then it's all bath time. I don't have much to contribute unless you like Elmo Splish Splash.
Love it. The classic.
Too Many Bubbles in the Bathtub. Also a sleeper here, Beach Boys, Surfing USA.
Nice.
What do you just put on the bath time playlist? Okay.
Yeah, there's like the kids shit.
Julie,
But Too Many Bubbles in the Bathtub for the second year in a row is my number one song.
My number one song is Chow by Bryson Tiller.
Yo, because you was chowing down. That's why.
sick.
Nah, that's my shit. That's my
Then
shit.
number 2 is Circadian Rhythm by, but they could both be number 1 because they both have 93 plays.
Circadian Rhythm. I like the song. I just wouldn't expect that to be your number 2.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, what? Like, I don't remember listening to this shit that much.
Mine makes sense. Mine really, really makes sense. Julian?
Oh, my songs. I mean, 4 of my top 5 songs are Jungle. I listen to Jungle. And then my 5th song is Salt Record. That's it. And then albums, damn, this one sec.
Y'all playlists tell me I don't get no bitches except for Maul. Maul get bitches.
My top
Wait, you don't think Surfing USA gets them wet?
Literally.
top artists: Jungle, Future, Drake, Krugabin, that group that I love that I still can't pronounce, even though I listened to them 805 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I do not think this would be in the 5, but it is. Metro's in the 5.
I get it. I mean, Metro.
I
had
guess
an
I listened to that
incredible
album, a
album
lot.
this year.
Salt's in the 6 for me, which makes sense, and then it goes on and on. Tyler, P&D, Mac Miller.
If you guys had to guess my top 5 artists, who would you think that they would be?
It's all women.
I'm so predictable.
Lotto,
That's
Lotto,
one.
Megan,
Glorilla.
That's one. Not Glorilla. Megan is one.
Drake.
No.
I would say Cardi, but she doesn't push shit out.
Nope.
What's another woman that does rap?
It doesn't. I listen to more than just rap.
Tierra Whack made my top 15.
Like Kiana
Oh, she
Lede.
did. She did. Hey, that's good. That's the only female rapper that made your list.
Yeah, for my top 15.
Doechii?
No. Little Sims and Tierra Whack.
Okay.
Doechii made one of my lists.
See, that's what doesn't make sense with some of this stuff. I have ran that Doechii album into the fucking ground, and it's nowhere near anything that's on it. It's the album I've listened to by far the most
If
in
you
the
go
last
to
few months.
if you go to top albums by month, which should be all the way damn near all the way at the bottom, you can see when her album came out. If
It
that's
is
the
cool
album
that
you
they did
played.
that because I screenshotted mine and it's very accurate to my like listening habits throughout the year. Like when that Tyler album came out in October, my October, November are top most played albums, the Tyler album.
I mean, Tyler's my number 4 played artist, period, in this top artist shit.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how this works because all my top songs are bath time shit, but Elmo's not number 1 as far as artists. It's like, how do they do that?
Yeah,
Is it just totality of what you listen to?
Too much Bob Marley for that not to be on none of my lists. Like, that's crazy.
Since Apple and Spotify have been doing this, Frank Ocean makes my top 5 every single year and only has 2 albums.
Who's your top?
Like, that's kind of crazy.
Who's
going through
album?
it?
My top
Elmo's greatest hits.
Blonde.
This year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mine is Cowboy Carter by Beyonce because I'm a real nigga, obviously.
That's also another album I ran into the ground that isn't showing up here. I'm calling cap on some of these recaps, man. Like,
No Worries is my most played album.
This doesn't even make
June.
sense to me.
And then that Gambino album in July. Yeah, I mean, it kind of just mirrors what album came out that month. I kind of like that because it's like, oh shit, yeah, that's when that came out.
My top 5 albums are Cowboy Carter by Beyonce, Sugar Honey Iced Tea by Lotto, Megan by Megan Thee Stallion, Cut Ties by Kiana Lede, and Tyler by Tyler.
That's your top.
Top 5. That's my top 5 albums. My top 5 artists.
Wait, I wasn't done guessing. I said Kiana Lede. She has to be in there. That's your
so you
shit.
had Kiana, Megan, and who did we say? Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Yes.
And then fucking, who you always arguing about? Mariah Carey.
She is also one of my
Called
top
it.
Mariah Carey.
Called it.
She is
five?
my top artist. My top
again,
artist. Yeah.
This is where I'm calling cap because Blonde is my number 1 album, but number 2 is GNX. It hasn't even been out long enough.
Damn, you looping that shit like crazy.
I really like the album, but there's no way I listened to
talking about
GNX more than a written testimony this year.
But
There's no way.
That's how I felt last year when Drake was my number 1 artist, and they said that. Like, I'm like, there's no way Drake is my. I did not listen to this album that much. Like, that did not happen. But this year, I feel like it's really accurate. Beyonce, Megan, Lotto, Kiana, and Mariah Carey. That's extremely accurate.
How many streams did everyone do for I Thought It'd Be Different? Can we pull that?
I don't think it
that
goes
metric
that
up?
low.
Oh man. Yeah.
I don't think it goes that
47.
low.
It doesn't
I don't know.
count-
That
it
might be
doesn't
my
count
top
minutes in single
47.
digits.
Crazy.
This is my top 47, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a cold.
There's not
album.
enough
Cold.
memory on Apple's servers to go that far down to find how many
Sorry,
streams
man.
it got.
Yeah.
Well, you made some people's top though.
I did, which I was actually very, very happy about all the people that posted for an album that wasn't even from this year.
Oh, this is cool. It gives you top playlists and minutes played from their albums. Vulnerability. My ex has a fire playlist that I listen to a lot. It's my most played album, my most played playlist every year. I listen to 1,400 minutes of it this year.
You missed
Just
that
to
bitch.
remember her.
I love her. She's incredible, but she has great music taste. I play that almost
Do
every
you really
day.
like the music on there? Or is it
No, yeah, I do. We have
You
very
attached
similar.
to the memory.
I'm long past that relationship, but great music.
Okay, Bob Marley Essentials is one of my top playlists. Number 5. I know I'm like, bro, I listen to Bob like every day. Like
So
that
he probably didn't make your top albums because you're listening to Essentials playlist, not just one album. So.
What is it says by genre too. It gives you that. Do you guys have it's at the bottom.
Peach said Dirty South. Peach just said Dirty South. That shit was so funny.
That didn't even really register, even though I replied to his message of it saying Dirty South, that one of his top genres was, I didn't even know there was a real genre with Apple.
Yo.
Wait, where's the genre?
It's at the bottom.
Mine is R&B and soul, hip hop, rap, pop. And then the last one is hardcore rap.
Who do they categorize as hardcore rap?
Ew. Mine are R&B
Probably all the
soul,
spins I gave Freddie Gibbs album.
R&B soul, pop, hip hop, rap, and contemporary R&B.
Yeah, mine's R&B, soul, hip hop, dance, rap, pop.
Damn.
You must-
Mine's,
But it gotta be dance because
Honestly, never mind.
yeah, that's one of my top albums. I listen
I'm
to
Mr.
this year.
Eclectic over here.
Number 5 on my top album.
Julian and Demaris will be proud of me. In April, J. Cole was my highest artist.
Might delete later.
As you should.
When it came out.
And this is how much of a Hove stan I am. May, when the whole world went to shit with Kendrick and Drake, Jay-Z is still my number 1 artist in May.
A real
J.
hope.
Cole didn't come out in February.
No, April. He
And
said.
April is when
That's when
yeah.
Might delete later was
Later.
April. Then Dreamville was April. This is hold on real quick. Hip hop, R&B, alternative, electronic, jazz.
Ugh.
Gotta listen to that Ella Fitzgerald.
Heavy in my jazz bag.
Yeah.
You're so eclectic, bro.
Yeah, man. How do you listen to
God.
everything? Like
I'm the fucking man.
what don't you listen to?
What don't
Guys,
you listen to?
these ears,
It's so eclectic.
these fucking ears.
It's almost too much.
Yeah, it's-
My,
how do you listen to so much?
my Apple Music
many
is
genres.
too good.
So many genres.
He crosses all genres, but
Dude, Drake, Jack Harlow.
there's nothing he doesn't listen
For
to.
those that don't know, we
You're a
are
renaissance man.
we are referencing a hilarious clip on YouTube. I wish we could give him credit because I just don't know his name, but he has the funniest sketch when it comes
He does
to,
good sketches. He does other stuff too.
to Spotify wrap up. What was the kid's name?
I don't know. You have the video.
Dude, Liam, I
Liam.
just saw your Spotify Wrapped on your story. You Renaissance man, hell yes. Kanye, Drake, Jack Harlow, Tame Impala. What don't you listen to?
What don't you listen to?
I shouldn't even be looking you in the eyes. A top 1%.
I shouldn't even be looking you in your eyes.
Congrats, bro. Seriously, congrats. Like, you earned that shit. And I knew your top genre would be underground rap. You were always putting me on the new
That's
shit.
Rory.
Mine was hardcore
That's
rap.
Rory.
And your aura, hype, and chill. That's so you, bro. That's so
Your
you.
aura.
My aura's not been as glowing. It's been a pretty dark year for me, start to finish. Lost a couple loved ones.
Lost a couple.
Dude, I have not stopped watching that since Peach sent it to me. How do you go through that Spotify rap playlist and somehow take a hard pivot to people you lost over the years?
Peach's list is crazy. Peach only listened to music for 41 minutes this year.
Dude, I sat next to him for a whole plane ride. Where was it? To London? To London, and he was listening to Kim by Eminem and cleaning out my closet. Like on the screen.
Peach is that dude. For those wondering, Peach's top artists were Morgan Wallen, Kendrick, Kanye, Alicia Keys, and Young Buck.
Alicia Keys and Young Buck being the wild cards is crazy.
I think that's a really well balanced list.
Alicia Keys, Young Buck hasn't put out anything in I don't know how many
Okay,
years.
but Straight Outta Cashville and Buck the World are both classics.
Talk about eclectic. Peach's top genres were hip hop, country, dirty south, R&B, and neo soul.
This guy listens
Who's
to
neo
everything.
soul in that?
He listens to everything, this guy.
Yeah, who's neo soul? Tommy Richmond? I don't know.
Yeah.
Also going from Alicia Keys to Young Buck. It's the craziest
It's just the
transition.
craziest wild card. Like, what fucking year are we in?
I feel like for the New York show, we should have Peach DJ. Like, like that should be our opener is Peach just with the auxiliary cord doing whatever the fuck he wants to
Just
do.
playing his recently played.
Well, Peach, you had Kendrick in your top 5? Okay.
Number 2.
Fired.
Was it the new stuff, Peach, or the old stuff? GNX.
But you don't even like it.
He listened to it twice.
Yeah, you know
once.
shitting on it.
It's only 44 minutes or something like that. He listened to it one time. It's his top artist.
Hey, squabble up.
Yeah, I get it.
Boom, pop, beam.
Before we get back into anything Kendrick related, I do want to say, Rumble, young man, Rumble. I respect what happened in Midtown yesterday.
Rest in piss, pussy ass boy.
I know that
Fuck him.
someone's life was taken, so we have to treat it with care and all that. But
No.
sympathy is not covered in my insurance. So I don't really give a fuck. And I think what happened to the United Health CEO, not as a person, but as an establishment, was well fucking deserved for how they fucked over us in this country for centuries. So, yeah.
Three the guy, even though he's still on the lam. I hope he never gets caught.
lam?
There's plenty more to go through.
He's in Midtown drinking coffee right now.
Yo,
They said that nigga went to Starbucks. They got him at Starbucks.
his getaway being a Citi Bike, which is traceable by the city, is fucking crazy.
I feel like they found a phone that was left. I think he purposely left that phone. I want to know what manifesto is on that fucking phone. There's no way that guy that with that type of gun and how he had to keep reloading it didn't just drop his phone. There's a manifesto on there. That he may have the Epstein list on that.
Well, he wasn't a professional hitman.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was fucking Jason Bourne there.
Why do you think he was a professional?
The video.
It gives John Wick.
No.
The video. The gun kept jamming. Like, he just looked kind of
So-
like flimsy and...
I am a pussy liberal, so I don't know a lot about guns, but I was doing my research on Reddit, so you know it's true.
Yes.
A lot of experts over there.
With the silencer that he had, to make it even quieter,
He put the
pressure
potato.
that you have to cock it yourself every time. It didn't jam. He just had to put a bullet back in the chamber.
Oh, that's kind of fire.
And again, this is Reddit, so it's 100% true. Based off this blurry video.
I just don't think it was a professional hitman because he chose to do it in the most lit area of that sidewalk. It literally was under the lights of the hotel entrance.
Okay, but
So it's like if you're a hitman,
Well,
you're not
was
going to
there.
walk.
They said he was there for like overnight. He was there for a long time.
Yeah, but you're not going to do it right there in the most lit area of that sidewalk.
Yeah, but if you get one shot, one opportunity.
sees everything you've ever wanted.
He looked too
Capture.
calm. He's calm. I don't know. He might be a professional. He's so calm with that shit in the
Man,
middle of Midtown.
That's a fucking migrant, man. They got a migrant to fucking.
All right, man.
He's a migrant murderer from fucking
migrant murderer.
He's a migrant murderer from El Salvador.
All right,
He
well,
doesn't
this
give
is
a
who they're
fuck.
killing. Bring him in.
Wait, it can't be a migrant because they get free healthcare. We don't.
Oh yeah, but
Why would a migrant do this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's very true.
Wait, so I had a question because I think I thought it was an amateur. I think he's just a disgruntled guy because, like millions of people in this country, the decisions that this guy made affected a bunch of people. A lot of people went broke. A lot of people lost family members, etc. Do you guys ever see the movie I Care a Lot with Rosamund Pike?
No.
It's like she plays an insurance scam woman. It's a Netflix movie. It's really good. It's based on a true story, but basically,
Oh no, I have seen this.
it's great.
Yeah,
So
I've
remember, like the first scene. Spoiler alert: the first scene of the movie, there's like a disgruntled guy that like she robbed his mother's estate. Like he got out of the will, all that shit. She fucked him over. He's pissed off at her. Like gets arrested or whatever. In the first scene of the movie, like one of the first opening scenes. The last scene of the movie, she's getting out of a parking lot. She just cashed out hundreds of millions of dollars. She's up big. She's like doing her thing. The guy sees her in a parking lot, goes, "Hey, you." And she turns around. He takes out a gun with a silencer or whatever, shoots her in the parking lot, and then walks away. I think that was a case of this. This guy knew who the person is that could be the culpable for what happened to someone in his family. And he's like, fuck it. I'm just going to take matters into my own hands. Sometimes it's just the guy you piss off that you don't know.
That's true.
I'm more on that side too. Like, you know, Peach and I were in the studio yesterday. We actually laid tinfoil on the ground. And then while we were waiting for you to come, we actually went up to Midtown to search for clues. Pause.
Clues.
I don't think this is a conspiracy because I think the conspiracy would want to keep that man alive, not kill him. So yeah, I think it's probably somebody that has been through the ringer with the healthcare system and happens to be proficient in weapons and isn't dumb. Like, I don't think this is like a mental health crazy shit. I just think it's somebody that maybe is ex-military, maybe ex-law enforcement, somebody that's just been fucked over, and you fucked over the person that is proficient in arms.
Either way, I mean, it's just crazy that this is something that happened right here in Midtown, especially where it's at, right in front of the hotel. So many cameras. Obviously, the person just didn't give a fuck. They just was like, fuck it, I don't care. I'm killing this guy. Fuck his company. Fuck everything they did to my family.
On your way to an investors meeting.
I believe conference, I think.
I believe healthcare last year made $32 billion in profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get it.
So some of these shootings and all this other shit is not mental health. Sometimes people are really just pissed off.
Yeah.
Like when you fuck over enough people, it is going to come back to you eventually.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're going to run into somebody that isn't mentally ill and can actually plan something and maybe even get away with it.
A graphic I saw circulating, which could, obviously would lead to a lot of outrage by many Americans. The United Health, UHC, had the highest claim denial rates across all insurance companies, the average being at 16%. They were at 32%. So obviously a lot of angry people affected by the decisions that the people in power made.
And he supported using AI to make those decisions.
Listen, man, John Q put it perfectly. Sick, help. Sick, help.
That's your Denzel voice.
That's Jonathan Q.
Okay,
I don't know
I'm
who
sorry.
Denzel is.
Yeah.
Okay.
A fucking amazing father and a hero in my mind.
Absolutely.
But sometimes you'll get to people, you'll get a John Q. Like some people are just not going to watch their children die because it's your decision.
Right. Yeah,
In
it
a
makes
fucking
sense.
office. Like,
I just don't, the fact that he hasn't been caught yet to me is a little sketchy.
There were more photos, more videos like that have been released, but yeah.
What a fucking plan. And granted, I'm know nothing when it comes to special ops, but if you are planning to shoot somebody in Midtown, having a bike right there and going straight into Central Park, that would have the least amount of fucking cameras. Midtown, you can see everything. Just gunning it to the middle of Central Park was like the most genius idea you could ever do in Midtown Manhattan.
Yeah, no, this person knew what they were doing. This was obviously premeditated and he had a plan. But still, I mean, for somebody to be killed in Midtown with so many cameras around and police have yet to find this person and who he is, I don't know. It's just like something has to be behind the scenes. Something's going on. But I don't know who this guy is, who he knows, who he's connected to. But this obviously is not just somebody who didn't think about everything that they were about to do, try to cross all T's and dot all I's as far as getting away. They said that somebody was breaking down his outfit on social media. It was like, yo, he had
Steal
on,
this look.
I steal
he had on,
Steal
he had,
this look.
he had on $1,300 Hermes sneakers. It's like, yo, he was kind of drippy though. Like he went
He was
to
in Midtown, man.
Yeah, it's like he went to kill somebody with all that drip on. Like, so yeah, I don't know. I do think that eventually they're gonna catch somebody. Hopefully it's the right person, because I could easily see them snatching the wrong person just to kind of put New Yorkers at ease and say, hey, we got him. And it's like
on some Central Park.
Yeah,
5 shit.
that's not the guy. Yeah.
My bad. I'm
Don't do
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry.
Don't do that.
I know it's your man's. I do find it kind of funny grabbing a coffee before murder.
Why?
Gotta be sharp.
There's espresso double shot.
You don't break routine.
Wait, you're not going to do that like in the, which by the way, I totally forgot on my way here, more information. He's from Frederick Douglass Houses. He's from the projects.
How do they
How do they
name the
know
guy?
that?
How do you know that?
The only video they had, I guess, when they were tracing back to everything, he came out of Frederick Douglass Houses on the Upper West Side.
Oh, they're gonna try to put it on one of us.
That white ass man.
I mean,
He could be Puerto Rican.
You guys see the bullets?
white people live in the projects?
Yeah.
No,
They
he
love
said
it.
put it on one of us. That's what.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
The bullets that he shot that were found, the casings on the scene, they were said deny, defend, and depose on the actual casings.
which is, I read again on Reddit, so
Pretty
it's
fire.
a fact, which is the title of a book about healthcare.
Oh, you read it on Reddit?
Yeah, so it's
Oh, so it's true. I know
yeah.
that.
There's a book, denied, whatever, what to do when healthcare denies your quote or whatever. Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh, yeah.
It was in the comments. Yeah, I think you just had it over there.
Delay.
Deny, defend, and what's the bottom part?
Sorry, I was looking on the book. Why insurance companies don't pay claim and what you can do about it.
Yeah, so he wrote similar stuff on each bullet, which is kind of crazy. This is how much I don't know about guns. I didn't even know you could write on casings like that.
Why?
Like messages and shit. I don't know. I
Yeah.
just feel like it would burn off.
Oh, he
You
probably
ever held a
he
hot
probably-
gun? I didn't think a Sharpie would get through that.
You don't remember when our
Wait, did he write on the bullet? He carved it into
I was
the
gonna
bullet.
say he might have carved it.
You might
Okay.
you might be able to write it. Might
Off a
work.
casing? I don't know.
On like
Again,
missiles
we're
and
pussy
stuff they
liberals.
do. Like our politicians to write like hooray, like on a missile flying into Gaza.
Yeah, but
They have, like,
yeah,
it's
but
a thing.
after that missile blows
Fun.
up, it doesn't say hooray in like
And
the rubble.
Yeah, they don't find the shell and it still says hooray. Like
No, they just-
nobody's finding the shell that
They
was
just
dropped
build
out of
new
a
real
fucking
estate.
a jet.
It's like in Pearl Harbor when they put those Japanese war medals on the bomb as a symbolism. Like it's a nuke, bro. Like what?
They're not gonna see that. Promise you.
When the
I
nuke
get
goes
the
off.
I get the messaging though. Like,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I get it, Alec Baldwin.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What other CEOs do you guys think it's okay to kill?
I'm not answering that.
Yeah. What you trying to what's up with you?
What?
Trying to line us up? Yo, which other CEOs would y'all like?
I didn't say that y'all gonna go kill. I said that y'all think that. Okay, let me reword
Frame
it.
that differently.
I'll
Yeah.
frame it differently.
There you go.
So there doesn't seem to be a lot of hoorah about this person dying because everybody feels like because of what they did for work that it's open season and it's okay for them to die.
Which
Who
I was shocked
else-
with because we're all siding with the major labels. I assumed everyone would be sympathetic for the healthcare system.
Mhm.
Who else do you guys think the world would be okay
I'm not answering.
with killing?
Putin.
Why you think people would be okay with
Yeah,
killing?
Roy got a red dot
I
on
mean,
his sweater.
Russia's not everyone's friend.
For
Kim
example,
Jong Un.
For example, we can joke about it. For example, somebody said somebody said the CEO of Easy Pass is hiding in his basement right now. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
He's gonna outlive everyone.
Yeah.
Easy Pass was doing via NYPD doing raids in Staten Island for people that owed like back tolls. They were doing raids in Staten Island, like busting down doors with the police to make sure Easy Pass was getting their money.
Whoever put up that toll in Midtown, they gotta be careful. They should stay home for.
Well, I mean, that was another scam and another racket because it's not even happening. It was just so a bunch of people get paid. And
No, they said it's happening.
it's on hold now. Thank
it's
you.
on hold. Yeah. What was it called? Is that no? That's
The
not the congestion.
congestion
was
prices?
that one,
I
right?
just
Yeah.
read yesterday that it goes into effect January something.
They had it in effect, put it on hold, and they're bringing it back. I
Okay.
don't know why.
All right. Well, mark everyone involved with that.
Yeah, like whoever's putting those up, Mr. Coffee Man, sir, with the $1,300 Hermes, there's more work for you to do out here in the city.
But all right, what would you guys do before?
That's the daredevil right there.
Who
That's,
owns
We've
the
talked
stream?
about 24 hours to live. What would you do if you were about to commit murder? What would your morning routine be? Clearly, this guy just did his regular. I'm just go get a coffee, kick it.
I think you keep it the same. I think you keep your morning routine the same so nobody suspects it's you.
I just feel like if you're going to commit murder, you have to think in the back of your mind, this could be my last day on earth, or I could be going to jail for the rest of my life. I would probably have like the same 24 hours to live bucket list. I would try
the night before going into
maybe
the morning. I
maybe
think
smoke crack.
You need alibis.
Oh,
so you want to go to your same like coffee shop, bakery. You need alibi. People say, no, I saw him in here. He came in, everything he does every morning, had his coffee, had his, you need that. You need people to vouch and say they saw you here, you were here. So it's kind of like
I'd have a better meal than a scone and a coffee from Starbucks.
Well, you don't want to kill on a full stomach.
That's true, especially when you have to bike through Central Park.
Yeah, you have to you keep it light. You know what I mean? You need enough sugars. You need espresso. You need that. Keep the the adrenaline going. You need that.
Here's the thing with the espresso, because I thought about this too, and it goes into Rory's morning routine. You gotta shit before the kill. Like
That's
you
true.
can't
Mad
you
DNA.
can't do anything else that's gonna make you have to shit, because you can't bike through Central Park and then be like, fuck, I gotta shit. You know
This is why I think he might be a white
commit
guy.
murder and then ask Starbucks for the bathroom code.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is why I think he may be a white guy. Because white people,
he looks white.
because white people, they can drink coffee and espresso and they won't have to shit for like at least 4 hours.
Mm.
A person of color, like, we go immediately. That shit comes out. It's like somebody just turned on the coffee machine again.
I'd say the secret, it's not white. It's Metamucil and oat milk. Never put real milk in there. Just go all oat milk and you
Who
won't
puts
shit.
Metamucil in their coffee?
No, I drink my Metamucil.
Oh, to get your fiber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before the day starts. Then I drink my coffee and I don't have to immediately run to the bathroom before I commit murder.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Rory,
That guy clearly had like Metamucil on his top lip.
Oh,
See?
okay.
Got it.
You said you would
Under the
do
shiesty.
like the night before you would do a thing like, so I'm thinking like similar to what like the 9/11 terrorists did. They went to the strip club.
Yeah, which was like makes
like
all the sense in the world.
They were fingering chicks before they got a plethora of virgins the next day.
I would definitely out the gate not pull out, like so I could just leave another legacy.
True.
Just a fatherless child. But I would still feel like I would need to take the month before I do this murder to not pull out as much as I could. So I could have a second child. My legacy. And I'm going to be a hero.
Yeah.
I killed United Healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
And we should probably name the child after the guy I just murdered.
That's a little sick, but
it's not sick to go get morning coffee before you murder.
No,
but I can't try to have another kid.
That's routine. That's routine. You don't change up your game in the ninth inning. Anybody that's playing professional sports, they don't change up nothing during the playoffs. What's their routine all year?
Do you think he said no one talked to me until I had my coffee that morning?
Probably.
I'll keep saying, does he have a family? But we don't know who this gentleman is. I don't know.
His wife made a statement.
Whose wife? Oh, the CEO?
guy that got killed.
Oh, okay.
She said like shit's been iffy. He was getting death threats leading up to this trip, all that kind of stuff.
Huh?
But I feel like that's probably pretty standard.
Yeah.
Anyone that
that's a regular.
Well, I mean, like this whole thing brings up like the real question, which kind of what Demaris is like alluding to, like the fact that we're all in agreement. Fuck this guy. Who gives a shit? Like, but murder is obviously bad. People probably shouldn't be able to take matters into their own hands and be celebrated at the same time. But
I
like,
agree.
what's the real? Like, clearly the system needs to change.
Well,
so like, this is an opportunity for maybe like a political party. The Democrats could use a win right now to maybe like restructure like what's happening to get to this point. Like the public outcry is like, hooray, fuck this guy. That's a problem.
Well, here's to your point of it shouldn't just be vigilante shit and people shouldn't be able to put everything in their own hands and just murder someone. Because that guy could have been a good person, but what he represents.
Exactly.
I'm going to go with he probably wasn't. But with that said, this isn't going to change a fucking thing. Like we're saying this guy's a hero, this and that. Nothing is going to change whatsoever. And even to the point of Democrats and Republicans, both of them profit off our healthcare system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to change. Like this guy was murdered in cold blood for no reason.
And
except for to make all of us today feel a little better that the little guy has some type of power and we're going to forget about it tomorrow and go right back to Citi MD and still have a fucking copay.
Absolutely.
So
it changes nothing.
I know we're doing the hurrah shit, but he didn't do anything. Nothing will be different.
No, but I think to what Julian is saying is obviously the people, because nobody seems to be sad about what happened and people are actually rejoicing about it speaks to the fact that a lot of people are not happy with the current healthcare system in the country. And the dangerous part about this is, does this set off a domino effect of other people now hunting down other CEOs of healthcare companies?
Maybe, but I mean, every time there is like a mass shooting or even down to Trump's attempted assassination, we always have that conversation. Is this going to trickle down to more and more shit? Yes and no. I mean, it's never going to stop with violence when it comes to this stuff. I don't know if it'll be connected directly to this, but there'll be more mass shootings. There'll be more assassination attempts. There'll be more of it, but that's been going on in America since I've been alive. I don't know if it changes what's going to happen.
And it seems like every publication got the same PR homework assignment because they all said in their headlines that the CEO kept a low profile. That was every article. Just so we see AP News, PBS, Yahoo Finance, this other one. Like all of these had the same headline referring to this guy, that he kept a low profile.
As opposed to like
influencer, I don't.
Yeah, I don't get. Like, I just don't understand why they felt the need
on
to
couches at the clubs. Like,
like, contrary to most shit, like not every CEO is Jay-Z. Most CEOs are we don't know who the fuck they are.
Never heard about this gentleman before yesterday.
Yeah, no idea who the fuck he was.
Yeah,
I just know I have that healthcare system, and boy, does it suck sometimes.
Yeah,
like when you burn your hand and you still have to pay a copay. I thought I had health insurance.
How much was your copay?
It was like $200.
That for a burnt hand?
Yeah.
Nah, that's too much.
You got to put some butter and some lemon juice on that shit.
Yeah. And what the fuck did they even do for real?
Nothing,
bro. You go there.
No, they literally. I was paying for the visit. Yeah, no, they didn't do anything. I was paying for the visit.
You know what helps that? Honey.
You know what also helps? Don't grab a skillet that came out of a broiler.
Naturally. But in case you have to, put some honey on it.
But again, we all love corporations. We should be defending, how could this happen to our healthcare system? Just like the major labels.
No worrying mouth.
Rory, the NBA season is back.
Thank God.
So you know what that means?
What's that?
I'm back on Prize Picks, baby.
Of course.
Got to get my picks in. I'm going with Anthony Davis in the over. He's been covering every week for me. Prize Picks, Anthony Davis is the guy to go with.
So I'm going to go to the NFL side. The Eagles have the Jaguars. With their record, I think Saquon Barkley is going over 100 yards.
He's been balling.
So I'm going above.
He's been balling.
With Saquon, over 100, easy. But which is great because sometimes my lineup is all the way messed up. But Prize Picks invented Flex Play, which means you can still cash out with your lineup and you can double your money even if your picks doesn't hit.
We love a good double up. We love a good double up. Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks.
Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play just $5 more. You don't even need to win to receive a $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday, which LeBron James invented.
Download the app today and use code RoryMall to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code RoryMall to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
Maul, can I be vulnerable with you for a second?
I mean, haven't you always?
Sometimes, with my schedule and being a parent, those intimate moments don't always happen as frequent as often.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's spontaneous, and I have to knock it out of the park when it's time to do that. And that's why I have Hims. It provides access to treatments that can help me stay hard and last way longer, giving you that boost of confidence so you're ready to knock that thing out anytime.
Next time, just don't look me in my eye when you say that. Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch. Hims provides access to a range of doctor-trusted ED treatments like chewable hard mints and Viagra and Cialis and their generics for up to 95% cheaper. The process is 100% online, so Rory, there's no need for uncomfortable doctor's visits.
All you have to do is answer a series of questions on their site, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you in a discreet packaging for free. I live in a building, and
You want nobody in your business.
neighbors are nosy, and they already know I'm not even getting any. So it's
ED and 6D. I know.
No insurance is needed. And one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. With hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers like myself, Hims can help you find the ED option that works for you.
Start your free online visit today at hims.com/Rory Mall. That's HIMS.com/Rory Mall for your personalized ED treatment options. HIMS.com/Rory Mall. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Do you think we'll get a Charlamagne rant about this one? I'm sorry.
Stop, man, because you're trying to pull me into something and I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to, I'm trying to change.
No, but I feel like Charlamagne would want us to defend the healthcare system and the people that are in charge. We should never question them.
That is true.
But it would make sense that Charlamagne would say something like that because he has been on retainer with Atlantic for, 15 years. So something I do understand why his rant exists.
Yeah.
Nobody should try to audit the major labels because they'll see Charlamagne the God as a line item. And on top of that, I think it's funny that somebody is mad at Drake doing ho shit by sending lawsuits, C&Ds, petitions about being called a pedophile when he has sent C&Ds to people because they were calling him a certified pedophile.
Ooh.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I go too far.
No, that's if it's factual, Fridays, then it's fact Fridays.
And I have no dog in this fight, like I always say.
Mm-hmm.
No issue with Charlamagne. And by the way, I don't even really think that rant was about us, but the comments said it was about us. So we have to reply. That's how the internet works. He didn't say our name, but it must have been about Rory and Mo. So here we are to give the comments what they want.
Listen, I'm on the side of I don't.
And I just saw Charlamagne and waved to him.
Yeah,
There's no beef.
You saw him today?
Did he wave back?
No, I saw him at Horrible. Oh, he waved back.
So yeah, I don't.
But it wasn't like guys. It was not like it was just hey, what's up?
Yeah,
but there's no real issue with that.
Anybody that doesn't say my name, I'm not responding to nothing, man. I'm just not. But I love the way you put that so eloquently just now. And so factual. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
United Health CEO shot dead outside Midtown Hotel.
Yeah.
Y'all are the original OV hoes, though. I mean, I understand.
First of all, some of them OV hoes is fine.
To say that at all.
I think OV homo would have been funnier. Like,
That's actually very funny.
Don't regurgitate what Kendrick has as a bridge on the biggest song of the year for your recited Dell computer rant.
Yo, are you good?
I'm sorry.
You didn't have your coffee today.
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
That's what it is.
And nobody can. Nah, see, I can't. Y'all trying to. Y'all trying to pull. Y'all trying to pull me into something, man. Y'all trying to.
No, I'm just saying, if we need to, we can.
Nah, because listen, let me go on the side of.
I love a nah because.
Nah, because like real talk, I don't. Anybody that says shit, I don't take hit dogs holler. So I'm not. I don't feel like any of that was directed towards me if he didn't say my name. But I just feel like Charlotte. I don't even want to say his name, but he's not the guy to talk like that when he said he would suck somebody's dick if he lost a bet. I just don't think that any man could speak like boldly when you said, if so-and-so doesn't go to jail, I'll suck some dick. Like,
oh, are you referring to when he said he'd suck 6ix9ine's dick?
Yeah, like what was that? What part of the bet was that?
When I go to make a bet, I'm a girl. I don't even jump to like sucking dick.
We could have done some push-ups. Like we could have.
Yeah. So when you get to talking about holding dicks and all this other, it's like I don't feel like he was talking to me. My name is my name. People know who I am. So if you're not saying my name, I'm not responding. But I just feel like he can't talk to whoever he was talking to like that, knowing the shit that he said about sucking dick if he lost a bet. Just a little crazy for you to be talking like that. That's all.
A lesson my father told me young that I still follow. A man honors his debts. That's my real issue with. Like that's my. If Charlamagne wants to do that, but like who am I to judge any of that?
Not judging at all.
On my side, like you honor your debts.
Yeah,
that's what a real man does.
Mm-hmm.
If you owe something, you pay it back.
Pay that.
Double it.
So
pay that man.
So you lost the bet.
Pay that man. Go pay that man.
Pay him what he's owed.
Yeah. And it might be interest on top of that right now.
Damn, he got swallowed.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah,
What?
for sure.
He said
And by the way, this is all in good fun.
Yeah.
I swear there's no real Charlamagne.
Drink
beef.
that
This is all
baby
just
mud.
fun. He didn't say our name. We joking around.
Drink
This
that
is jokes.
baby mud. Drink it.
Oh my God.
Baby mud is crazy. I've never heard that.
Drink it. Shit, he said it. The fuck y'all everybody looking at me for? I'm sorry, man.
I'm not
'cause,
looking at you after you
I'm
said
doing
that.
this new thing. I'm still grieving the loss of my beloved pet, man. I don't know. I'm sorry, man. I don't want to start no bullshit this going into the new year. I'm sorry, man.
Neither do I. This is all in good fun.
Yeah, man.
So Brilliant Idiot's just gay because why homie want to fuck Kendrick?
I don't think he said he wants to sleep.
Said
with
he
Kendrick.
would.
Dude, that's more so of a disrespect. Me and I could whoop your ass. I could literally mop the floor with you.
Have you ever said you wanted to fuck somebody that you knew whose ass you could be? Have you ever said that?
Mike
I'll
Tyson
fuck you, I
used
make
that
love
used
to
to
you.
be a Tyson tactic.
Yeah. I'll fuck you till you love me. And fill in
I believe him.
the other.
That was hard too. He meant that shit.
I believe Mike when he said that. I was like, you know what? He's not lying.
Maybe Schultz. was
And if he
taking
did
that.
it wouldn't even be like an erotic thing.
Yeah, no.
It would be a violent.
No, yeah.
They were like, somebody stop this. Like,
There would be nothing gay about it. It would just be.
the power
It'd be
dynamic.
horrific.
yeah,
Somebody
man.
stop this.
I'll
No.
fuck you till you love me.
Yeah. That's,
And then use the F word after.
yeah, love it. Love it, man.
All right, so I guess we get into the Schultz thing.
Let me just say this.
Uh,
I think Andrew Schultz, I understand everything he said. I understand where he was coming from. I think that people are just mad that it came from that face. I think if it was a brown, more melanated face, people would be inclined to agree.
But a brown or melanated face wouldn't say that.
I mean, Charlamagne said he would suck dick if he lost a bet. So it's kind of the
I
same.
don't see how those two things correlate.
Well,
whatsoever.
Schultz said he would make love to a man. He was more gentle about it. He's like, I can make love to you if I wanted to.
Okay, but are you on the side of only I'm allowed to talk about the problems in my house? Outsiders are not.
No.
Okay.
Because the problems in your house can affect me too. Like if I'm a teacher,
Do you think Schultz was affected?
no, I'm just saying if the problems in your house can affect me as well. That's the thing that I think, because you go out into the real world, right? So now if you're having problems, having a bad day and we work together and you come into the workspace with that energy, that directly affects me because
It
of
certainly
what's going
happened.
on. Exactly. So yeah, it affects, yeah, absolutely. Not saying that I can tell you how to fix the problems in your house. That's maybe not my place, but to say that the problems in your house don't affect other people, I think is a bit of a stretch.
I mean, all right, I'm on the side of not really giving a fuck what Schultz has to say about hip hop to begin with, and that's not a shot. I think Schultz is a great comedian. I just have never cared what he's ever had to say about hip hop. It's never crossed my mind.
He's one of many people I don't care.
And that's not just a Schultz thing. There's
Yeah,
plenty of people.
plenty of
But
people I don't care.
With that said, I do understand somewhat of the outrage of people that are looking at this like, all right, Kendrick said something about you. Why are you making this a hip hop thing? If you just want to talk to Kendrick Lamar, talk to Kendrick Lamar. Why are you now trying to devalue hip hop, even if there is some truth in what he's saying? I don't think we needed Schultz to tell us that hip hop has had a misogynistic history.
What?
But why can't it be about Kendrick? Like I laughed when he said, I'll fuck you in a jail cell. I thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make love to you. I thought it was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But I see why people are upset. What the fuck does Schultz have to say about hip hop when you're talking to Kendrick Lamar? Kendrick Lamar is not the face of hip hop.
But
he's not all hip. He's not all hip hop. What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
No, I think he spoke about things directly associated with Kendrick.
He did, but I think what people are more upset about is not him saying, well, I guess some people are upset that he said he'd fuck Kendrick Lamar. But the overall outrage I've seen is who is Schultz to criticize hip hop, and what does that even have to do with you and Kendrick Lamar? What?
That's always a slippery, because on one hand, Schultz has obviously supported hip hop.
How
supports
has he
hip-hop.
supported
Wait, hold
hip-hop?
on. I don't want to make this like I'm going against Schultz, but I have to give some. Since fucking when has Andrew Schultz given back to hip hop?
Well, you say, see, giving back. Do you think that Andrew Schultz has ever purchased tickets to hip hop shows? Do you think he's ever purchased hip hop
No.
music? Do you?
I actually don't think.
All right, man.
I don't.
Y'all, all right, dog.
When
Y'all don't think Andrew Schultz has ever
Maybe.
been to a hip hop concert
Okay,
ever
cool.
in his life?
Cool.
Nobody in here thinks Andrew Schultz has ever been to a hip hop concert.
I don't think.
Oh, yeah, of course.
No, he's been to 50 Cent shows last year. I don't
So-
think he paid for the ticket.
I'm not saying. I said supported hip hop.
Okay, supported is paying. I don't think that he's spending money
Andrew
on
Schultz
hip-hop.
has a huge platform. Has he not supported artists in hip hop? Has he not spoken positively about artists in hip hop?
Oh yeah, probably.
All right, then. So why are we so now that
But
he's speaking?
that's the line?
No, I'm not saying he's responded to somebody sending what he felt like was a direct shot at him on a record. This did not come out of the blue thin air. He's responded to a shot that somebody sent at him, and that's the problem with people. When you send a shot at somebody, you can't dictate then how they respond to that shot. So that's all I'm saying. I understand why people are mad at Andrew. That face talking about this culture, I get it. But he only responded because he was sent for.
I agree.
So let's keep that in perspective as well.
Was he not rightfully sent for, though?
Whether he was rightfully sent for or not, he was sent for. So he's responded to somebody sending a shot at him.
And I'm telling you, I have no real issue with him making the jokes back to Kendrick. I actually thought it was a hilarious rant. The second part that I'm saying, and what I think most people are outraged about, is who the fuck are you to put hip hop on trial? Who the fuck am I to put hip hop on trial? Like, what do you like? Yes, we all know hip hop has a misogynistic past, but who the fuck are you?
I think
like it has nothing to do with your back and forth with Kendrick Lamar.
I don't think it was more so about him putting hip hop on trial. I think he was directly putting the mirror up to Kendrick saying, "Look at the hypocrisy that you are speaking of."
And I'm
like, I can't make jokes about black women, but here's so the culture that you're a part of can disrespect, tear down, talk about, degrade, all kind of shit, and you're not speaking to none of that, but you're speaking to a joke that I
think
made?
it is fair to say that there has been evidence that hip-hop has not supported black women, but as opposed to what? The world? Like, why is hip-hop now the niche thing that we have to say is misogynistic?
Nobody's saying that.
The world is misogynistic.
That's a fact, but nobody said.
What does that have to do with your back and forth with Kendrick Lamar? I know he was saying
he was
a
responding.
white comic can't make jokes about black women, and he's saying, yo, but hip-hop doesn't. Okay, you're going back and forth with Kendrick Lamar. From what I've seen, I don't know Kendrick Lamar. I don't think he's torn down black women.
No, I don't think so.
So what does Schultz reply in that?
You picked the wrong rapper
have
to try to
do
use
with
that.
what we're talking about. Like, talk to Kendrick. Has Kendrick been misogynistic? Tell me that. Why are you putting hip hop on trial? And if you want to put hip hop on trial for not protecting black women, put the world on trial for not protecting black women.
Right, but again, keeping it to the perspective on what this is, he's responding.
I mean, we're
he's responding
deep into something
in particular
that's not this,
to a direct bar from this artist that was. He felt like, again, I don't think Kendrick said his name, but he felt like that was a shot at him.
It was.
Okay, so he responded to that in the way he responded.
Yeah.
Were points made in what Andrew Schultz was saying?
Sure.
That's all I'm speaking to. Points were made, but from who it's from, people have a problem.
No, but Rory's point is his points were made about the art form, not the person that attacked him.
Yeah.
No, he spoke about he spoke about his affiliations with people who have disrespected women, who have cases that they've assaulted women. Andrew Schultz spoke about all of that. He spoke about all of that in that rant. Don't just look at the clips. Go look at that whole thing. He directly people that are directly affiliated with Kendrick, he spoke to.
We listen. We're Flagrant fans.
Yeah, I listened to Flagrant. I listened to the whole episode, and that's the thing. Like, there's clips going out, but he makes it's like a running. That whole episode is like a running thing of him jabbing at Kendrick, which I have nothing.
That's fine.
Yeah. He's totally well.
He fucking raps about you.
But it's
go
like
make jokes
it
about
runs
him.
throughout the whole episode. That clip does not do it justice enough. He really goes at it, but I don't know. Shit, why the fuck not?
And
why not what? Mad on it.
And we're also like micro analyzing a comedy rant. So like we're taking it a little too far, but I understand the outrage. Like I get why people are looking at him like, who the fuck are you to even bring up hip hop and its faults? That's all. If you want to bring up Kendrick Lamar's faults, that's fair because you guys have a back and forth. Like you said, Kendrick said something about him. He's allowed to reply any fucking way he wants. But what does hip hop have to do with this now?
So, all right. So on one hand, so Andrew Schultz can't speak on hip hop because he's a white man.
I never said that.
No, Rory's sitting right next to you.
So why can't Andrew Schultz speak on hip hop?
Because Andrew Schultz is not involved in the culture of hip hop. That's why.
Well, how is he not involved in the culture? I mean,
you mean what?
How is he not involved in the culture? Because he doesn't make music?
I don't think.
Just tell me. You can't say he's not involved in the culture and don't explain how he's not.
Andrew Schultz would 1000% be successful with or without Charlamagne. He is an extremely talented person. His success would happen no matter what. But he would not be in this culture had he not sat next to fucking Charlamagne in the beginning of his career. Schultz would have nothing to do with anything hip hop related if he was not sitting next to Charlamagne the God.
Yeah, but that's not fair because that's his life. That's what happened.
No, I know.
So then he is to what
That's
you're
like me saying you would have nothing to do with the culture if Charlamagne didn't hire you.
That's not true though.
Not true.
But that's not true because Rory was raised in this culture. Like Rory
To your point, I bought mad tickets.
But that's the difference. Like when people bring up white people in hip hop, right? And I'm all for gatekeeping culture. If you know Rory and you know Rory's story, Rory has been addicted to hip hop since he was a kid.
And you don't think Andrew Schultz has been?
With it. No.
How do you know
Because
that?
I don't know.
When has he ever shared that? When has he ever shared his history?
He does that often on the show, and he grew up in New York City. Grew up here.
Everybody who grew up in New York City does not. New York City is not hip hop
Listen
culture.
to this show, like he does.
There's people in the Midwest
You
that
can't just
are
say
hip-hop.
that.
Yeah, I don't know Andrew Schultz's like origins.
Neither do I, and I don't want to.
I think, but that's the thing. Like,
But I can make an assumption.
They say often on the show.
we both can, but I'm not.
Everyone on
All right,
that
so
show.
you even agree with me and Demaris.
No, I'm just saying I'm not going to sit there and say he's not a part of the culture. I don't know his background. I don't know. He might have been fucking BMX riding, tagging, graffiti tagging.
That's Adam 22.
I know Adam was doing it. I'm saying Schultz might have been a part of that as well. I'm saying I can't speak to that.
Adam 22 or Schultz is more involved in our culture?
I don't know what Schultz has done. I can't speak to that. So I can't say he hasn't, because then something to come out tomorrow where he was doing all kind of shit in the early 90s that I had no idea about a part of the culture, and then I'll look like I got egg on my face. So I can't
You
speak
didn't know
to that.
Schultz was a B-boy?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know much about Andrew Schultz's origin. I don't know nothing much about
Could have been B-boy.
So can we talk about, because I think this is a conversation that needs to be had, and maybe we aren't the people to have it, but fuck it, we're here. What makes someone a part of the culture? What makes it okay for someone to even comment on our culture and be looked to and given clips and given attention for it? What makes you a part of the culture?
I can't answer that because it's not my place to answer. I've
Smart man.
admittedly a fucking guest. I don't know who can say what. I'll listen to the people that can make those calls.
But also, like, if you listen,
I'm just commenting.
What
on
makes anybody able to do that?
That's the question I just asked.
But anybody, whether not just Schultz, like particular, anybody. What makes them a part of the culture?
That's the question I just asked.
I'm asking you. Answer it. What
Are
makes
you
them?
asking me the question I just asked you?
Okay, but I'm asking. What is? All right, so let me. So hold on. So let me help you out, because
Okay.
whenever I ask you something, you seem to not understand what I'm asking. I'm gonna break it down.
Neither do you.
What part of the culture do you think Andrew Schultz had to be involved in for him to be able to speak on the culture?
I just asked you the question, what makes anybody? I never said white. I never said Andrew Schultz. Let's break it down. What makes anybody able to speak on the culture? This is your show. I'm asking you.
I think if you consume it, I think if you grew up around it, I think that if you have people that are directly involved in it, I think that if you're somebody who has done your history on it, I think if you're somebody who supports it, embraces it, I think that all gives you validity to speak on the negatives that come along. If you supported it and consumed it and helped forward it in some form or fashion, I think that gives you validity to speak on it. So now, what do you think Andrew Schultz would have to do for him to speak on the culture?
Well, you just named everything that you believe. So do you believe that he's done that?
I believe in ways he supported hip hop culture. Absolutely.
Okay. And you mean by
Absolutely.
like buying a tape, buying a ticket? This isn't me trying to argue with you. I'm genuinely asking. By
However he's consumed it, however he supported it, however he's tried to help further it, I think that he can then speak on the negatives that are also in the culture. As long as he's not tearing down and trying to pull the culture backwards, I think that he could speak on the negatives. If he's a part of it, he grew up in it, around it, why can he not speak on it? But this is anybody. If you grew up around the culture, a part of it, have partaken in some part of the culture, supported it in any way, whichever your way is, whether you stood online to see your favorite artist, bought their merch, went to concerts, fucking shared the music with somebody. However you supported the forwarding of this culture, I think that if you notice something that is negative about it, you can speak on it.
Okay, but do we just give that when somebody's speaking on it in response to somebody coming at you? Like if you never cared about the violence.
That's just man shit. If somebody if you feel like somebody's coming at you and you feel like you want to respond, that's your choice as a man. I don't have nothing to do with that.
So then that means that your reasoning behind speaking on something, you're not coming from a good place. You're coming from a place of, oh, this person disrespected me, so I want to disrespect them back. Because you didn't give a fuck about the violence in hip hop towards women before you can use it as a aha gotcha to somebody saying something to you. So that's where it's like, you don't really care about this. This is not a true critique because you don't give a fuck. But if you can use it as
how can you say somebody else, how can you say he doesn't give a fuck though?
Because you haven't addressed it before. Well, I have no recollection of him.
So say that.
Okay.
And that's my point.
So, but that's the only thing we can speak on, though, is what we've seen.
Which is what I said in the beginning. I don't know Andrew Schultz's origin story.
Okay.
I don't know it. So I can't say he's not a part of the culture. I can't say he's out of line for speaking on the culture the way he did. I don't know his origin story. Now, if you tell me his origin story and it's like, yo, but you was never really, you never fucked with the culture. You never supported it. You never like, then we could have that story. But until then, I'm saying you can't sit there and say, nah, he can't. Why not? If he comes from the culture and he supported the culture in his life, why can't he not speak on the negatives of it? I speak on cultures that I'm not from, but I've also supported those cultures as well. I can speak on the negatives of it, like, yo, that's kind of whack. I may not be from it, but I supported it somehow.
Okay.
It's the same shit all the way around. And I think that instead of us putting this divisive racial energy into everything somebody responds to, it's like, yo, but have the conversation like, yo, Schultz, but yo, where you from? Like, tell us your story if you don't know. Because some people know Schultz better than I do. And they're probably looking at us like, yo, y'all bugging. He used to do this, he did that. We might be dead wrong. So that's what I'm saying. Me personally, I don't know. But if you're somebody that's from the culture and you supported it, you can absolutely speak to the negatives of the culture. 100%. Why not?
Okay.
We all do it. We all speak on cultures we not from and the negatives of it. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Yo, they was foul for that. We not from those cultures, but we supported it somehow.
But when it's somebody from that culture that you would, no matter what you've done, you're still a visitor in. When it's somebody that's from that culture and they are directly addressing, they're not just making fun of you for no reason. They're addressing you making condemning jokes about Black women, right? And this is an artist who no matter what he's done in his real life or whatever y'all believe, has been known for being the Black savior and uplifting Black women, right? So when that artist says something to you about the disparaging remarks that you make about Black women, he's not the only person to critique you about that. Instead of saying something about or internalizing or looking at maybe what the fuck you're saying, you responded, oh, but you're Black and hip hop disrespects Black women. Yeah, but you're not Black. And you're also disrespecting Black women. So that's the thing. Like, it's not, people aren't just attacking him because he came back at Kendrick. It's what Kendrick said about him or allegedly about him. You make disparaging comments about Black women. Why are y'all letting white comedians make disparaging remarks about Black women? Instead of him shutting up, because he knows he does that, and just be like, hey, I do make these remarks, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. You come back and be like, oh, but hip hop.
I thought it was a great combo, by the way. I was enjoying being a fly on the wall. It was like a really
Big
good
fly.
Housefly. Loud.
Horsefly.
No, that was a really, really good conversation.
Schultz did tweet while you guys were talking the clip of that little short guy. What's his name? Hezbollah punching Mike Tyson, alluding to obviously Schultz being Tyson in this and him picking up who would be Kendrick in this situation.
Have you seen the clip when Tyson later found out? He's like, I didn't know that was a grown man.
Yeah.
But also to close this, I was a big fan of Brilliant Idiots in the early days because I'm a hipster. Schultz has very admittedly said he's not really a hip hop guy. Like,
okay, so then I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did.
That was always kind of like the thing when Charlamagne would even talk about hip hop shit. Schultz, at that time, it's drastically changed. But at that time, he'd be like, I'm gonna shut up. I don't even know about this hip hop shit. Like,
okay. See, I didn't know that.
That whole crew, like Mark and all the guys on that crew. I mean, I know Alex listens to this show, but like Alex is supposed to be there. Alex is supposed to be like their like default like report on black shit guy. But the funny thing about Alex is like, and Alex admits too, like none of them are hip hop experts. They're not in that space that much.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're all very kind of like, you know, secondhand information when it comes to like reporting on hip hop and all that stuff. But
I think Maul made a great point in saying that we all do comment on shit that isn't our culture all the time.
We all do.
But I completely understand what Demaris is saying. And like, all right, when it comes to this specific topic, stay the fuck out of it. If it comes to any respect level with black women, I get it.
I think of the two clips that are going viral of his response, so it sounds like the outrage from Demaris is coming from like him with the commenting on the black women. But the other clip that we all seem acceptable and funny was him fucking Kendrick in a cell.
Hilarious.
I do not find
because
it funny.
that's at Kendrick. That's not at like that's more of a, to Schultz's credit, like that's the more comedic, like that's the angle you should take, is like you're a sock puppet to me.
Mm. Nice.
I get that.
All right. Let's try to have some fun with it. Who do we have in the fight?
Oh, it's not even close.
Yeah, I think I'm going Schultz. Man.
Yeah, it's not even.
I hate to say it.
Yeah, come on.
Nah,
y'all
but Kenny be
sleeping on
doing
Kendrick.
his burpees and shit.
I think y'all
You're not
sleeping on
wrong.
Kenny.
Yeah, that video is hard.
Kung Fu Kenny.
Okay.
Imagine he go out there and start going kung fu ya.
Like what if Kendrick,
I hate
what if
to-
Kendrick roundhouse kicked Schultz and put him to sleep? Like, like what if Kendrick really knows some martial arts and we didn't know he was like studying?
Doesn't Schultz fight? Doesn't he like?
So how I know that, and I'm fine telling embarrassing things. When Schultz and I were having our small back and forth about some personal issues, you know, my Irish rage tends to get in my brain sometimes. Did some research. Saw him shadow boxing. Saw him sparring. I was like, all right, he can fight.
That's all you had to see?
And his reach way different than mine.
Yeah.
He had certain angles. I was like, oh, he can fight.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Let me chill. Let me chill on my
'Cause-
podcast.
I fare okay with a taller person in a fight out of experience and technicality. He has technical and way more reach than me. I wouldn't fare well in that fight. That'd be a rough one.
So you're saying he would essentially be able to make love to you as well?
You could be on his other knee
It'd
next
be like,
to
yeah,
Kendrick.
it'd be like a
Ass
threesome. It'd be like a threesome. It'll be a little vanilla sandwich.
Schultz, I'm down to go to the Tombs this weekend if you want. And we can settle this once and for all.
Oh man.
Anyways, what else do we have on this list? Nick Cannon responds to Orlando Brown. Speaking of sucking dick.
Wait, Nick Cannon did what?
Nick Cannon or Orlando Brown. I don't know which one of them is crazy.
Nah, Nick finally called out Cap on all this stuff Orlando Brown's been
Finally
saying about
called
him.
out Cap.
I mean, I don't know why it took so long. It is pretty funny, but this is the clip.
Well,
Orlando Brown. I'm entertained by all his fucking interviews.
Fucking lying ass nigga. Nigga, I'm Michael. Anybody else want some?
Whether he talking about me or he talking about anybody, but I don't take him serious.
You can't take back what your butthole received.
I think he's in a mental space where he knows he's trolling. He don't give a fuck.
He damn said if you pay him enough money, he gonna say whatever.
But in all fun, because I'm a comedian, I think this shit's funny. I think we should play the fucking clip.
So,
all right.
that was it.
So Orlando Brown was on somebody's stream. I don't fucking know. And they were not talking about Nick Cannon whatsoever. They were having a completely different conversation. And then he stood up and screamed that Nick Cannon sucked his dick just out of nowhere. I love the way Nick replied. If Orlando Brown said that about me, I would also scream, I did not suck Orlando Brown's dick. Can we clear this up?
Yeah. Let's just put that
Nobody
out there.
I did
You
not
did,
suck
Nick.
his dick.
Nobody thought you did, Nick.
Not
But
one
thanks for-
person was like, that checks out.
Yeah.
Nah, don't do that. Because there was definitely some niggas on social media that probably was like, you know what? Nick probably did do that.
No, there are
he's
some-
overcompensating with all these kids.
Exactly. Because he's really
Yeah,
gay.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
Wilding out. What does that really mean?
Wildin'.
Red Squad.
Squad.
There are some Orlando Brown Jaguar right believers for sure.
Absolutely. 100%. I tell you, everybody, somebody buy the National Enquirer every time they check out at the grocery store.
No,
People
but-
believe in that shit.
Here's what's so interesting about those two. Like, they both, I think, do have some mental health issues and say some insane things. But every now and then, out of the 10,000 false things they say one thing true. And then that's where all the believers start.
Yeah, I mean, a clock is right. A broken clock is right. You know.
Twice a day.
Yeah.
I mean,
So there you go.
when was the last time you like looked at a real clock?
We don't.
That I feel like we should get rid of that saying. Like, because if this clock is broken, it's not going to be right twice a day.
Orlando Brown said he sucked his cannon.
See? See?
Orlando Brown is a national treasure.
I would love to have him on here.
I would.
God.
Can
no.
we get him?
Fuck no.
Why not? Y'all would take Orlando Brown.
Fuck no.
if
Here's the
he's
thing.
living-
I don't think it's a bit. Like, I really think that's who he is. And I'd be scared. Forget being on mic. I would just be scared to have him in here.
I don't know how to have a conversation with somebody that might put this microphone in their throat. Like,
He said,
Y'all had that white boy fart on the mic.
shout out Mark Norman.
That is your mic. That's the one.
No,
That is
no,
your
the
mic.
fuck it wasn't.
It is. It still smells.
It might be.
This was
If Orlando Brown put his mouth on one of these microphones, would you continue to use it?
no.
Oh, man.
I would actually
B&H is really expensive.
I would actually open my phone to be on B&H like as soon as he's done doing
as
that.
long as it's not the Sabbath.
here's the
Right.
full quote. When it came down to Nick Cannon, he really do suck cannons, and that's what he does. He sucked me a good cannon. He sucked a good cannon out of me. Nick, you sucked my dick and you don't ever forget it. That's why Mariah Carey left your ass and you're lying.
Why Mariah name always is some
Imagine
bullshit?
if Mariah Carey left you because you were sucking Orlando
He
Brown's
said,
dick.
stop lying and running around with Kevin Hart. What does Kevin have to...
So I'm saying, like,
nothing. He has nothing to do with
and that's the point. Like, Orlando Brown is just saying anything. It's like, but I love the fact that Nick Cannon,
look at these quotes.
He recognized that. He laughed about it. He's like, listen, man, he's trolling, and obviously, like, I think it's entertaining, whatever. Like, he's not taking it so serious. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, all right, whatever, man, I get it.
Did you guys ever see his interview with Funny Marco and Ray J?
Yes.
I'm like, the 3 funniest niggas on the planet had an interview. Like, who is the producer?
It was tough to get through. It was so much going on.
It's a lot of personality.
Yeah. Did you guys also see that Nick Cannon was diagnosed with narcissism?
No way.
No. Who got the diagnosis right? Who?
There's 2 things that everyone knew before the actual person. It was that Ariana Grande was going to leave Pete Davidson after he did his PR run when they got engaged.
Mm-hmm.
All of us were like, bro, this isn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
He was the last to find that out. And also that Nick Cannon is a narcissist. You don't have that many baby mothers and you're not a narcissist. And we are huge supporters of Nick Cannon. We love Nick Cannon. But
yeah,
that's pretty fucking clear that he's a narcissist. You can't have that many children.
Death, taxes, Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson, and Nick being a narcissist. The 4 things we're sure about.
That's probably why Nick is extremely successful and like why he is the legend that he is probably based off of a lot of his narcissism.
Mm-hmm.
But anyone that didn't see having fucking 45 kids with 40 women,
can we pull up
is it narcissistic behavior?
Pull up the definition of narcissist. Because that's a word we use a lot, and I don't think people really know the...
Yeah, it was like when Lauryn Hill taught us reciprocity, everyone just started using it.
Yeah.
Narcissism's up there now.
You guys think we have any narcissists in the room?
A narcissist is someone who has a personality style that is characterized by an excessive focus on themselves and their own needs, often at the expense of others. They may have an exaggerated sense of self-importance, an excessive need for admiration, and a diminished ability to empathize with other people's feelings.
Nice.
Okay, inflated sense of self-importance. Narcissists have an unreasonably high sense of their own importance. They may feel superior and grandiose and expect to be treated as such. Okay, lack of empathy. Narcissists have a diminished ability to empathize with other people's feelings. They may see the feelings, needs, or desires of others as a sign of weakness. Okay.
Trouble with relationships, defense mechanisms.
Okay, so
I mean, I would say Demaris is the only narcissist in here.
Without question. I think there's a photo of her.
That's literally the most.
At the bottom.
Literally the most. I am the exact opposite of a narcissist.
It's a photo of her and
I hate
Schultz.
myself way too much to be one.
You said what?
I hate myself way too much to be one.
To be a narcissist? I don't even like
I
myself.
have no self-importance.
I don't expect nobody else to like me. I don't like myself.
I have no value.
You guys know the story of Narcissus? It's a great story.
No, I don't.
It's the classic, like the guy that was so infatuated and obsessed with himself, he looks into a river and he sees his reflection and he's so enamored with himself that he falls in and can't swim and drowns.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cute tale.
Yeah.
Who made that tale up?
It's like one of those like Greek mythological
Catholics.
stories.
Jesus was a narcissist.
Listen, we don't think got enough time to go down that rabbit hole.
Ooh.
That's a long episode right there.
Well, I don't think there's narcissists in the room, to answer your question.
No.
Do you think so?
Mm.
You can speak freely.
Me?
I never
Oh,
said.
you were doing this. That's why I asked. You kept doing this.
You thought I thought I was talking about you, right?
Okay, well that only leaves me, Maul, and Peach.
Yeah.
No.
I'm out.
No, of course.
I don't
not,
think
right?
there's a narcissist in the room.
Narcissist?
Some people might have narcissistic tendencies. Yes, thanks you, Peach. Narcissistic tendencies, but I don't think there's an actual narcissist in the room. I feel like we all can
people
have,
probably have a few narcissistic tendencies.
we all
I think
can
that's
have.
across the
I feel
board.
like that's human nature, though.
Yeah.
You kind of have to
Yeah,
survive.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of it.
yeah. But I don't think there's an actual.
But I think once you start pushing that onto other people is when it gets crazy.
Kind of sounds like it kind of echoes gaslighting in terms of like making other people feel lesser than or weak. And I don't know.
Gaslighting is more about making other people feel crazy or making them judge their own mind state or what they know to be true.
But I feel like that's what a narcissist would
A narcissist would gaslight, yes.
Yeah.
be great at it. when I was reading that headline, I was very curious how someone could even like get diagnosed with it.
So if you have 5 or more of the traits that you guys read
I thought
off,
you were about to say 5 or more baby mothers.
Probably a good indicator.
That's probably on the list too. Like how many baby mothers you have?
5 or more of the traits you're diagnosed as
Thorough psychological evaluation, looking for consistent patterns or behaviors, including the things that Mal mentioned earlier.
I would love to like just take certain mental disorder tests, just like for fun.
We should do one.
I'm a little scared what the results would be, but I would love to go through that.
Like with a real therapist?
Yeah. I think it'd be interesting. Like even when Chris Rock went on his press run to announce that he was mentally ill, I forgot the condition that he has. I was like, how do you even get diagnosed with that? Like what is that process like?
Yeah.
Didn't Jerry Seinfeld say he has something? That's why he can't smile or be nice to people?
Money.
What did like literally is what he's saying. He's like, sorry, I have this. It's like you're just an asshole. Like it's fine though. You've been in that. Your character, your career is about you being an asshole.
I mean, but not just even comedians, but I think a lot of creatives in general probably have a lot of mental disorders.
Yeah, he said he has. He said I have autism. And he said that's why I am the way I am. He's like, sorry guys, I'm this way because I have autism.
But he said, however, he later clarified to Access Hollywood that he is not on the spectrum.
Well, that's not how that works.
That's narcissism right there.
Yeah,
that's the narcissist.
I'm autistic, but I'm not on the spectrum.
I got it, but I don't though.
Yeah, I got it if I want it. Like
when it's necessary.
When I wake up in the morning, I decide if I want to have it.
Yeah. Today's an autistic day or not.
I think a lot of us have issues, like you said, but to get them, a lot of people don't get diagnosed with these things because it's very expensive. Shout out to United Healthcare. It's very expensive to get diagnosed for these things.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to do an ADHD test and the prices on those things are like, it's like, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to get diagnosed. I'm fine. I'll just act accordingly.
Well, I mean, that's simple. ADHD is simple. You went to go get the test and you had to go take it. It means you got it. See how that works?
Save your money.
I was supposed to call for a follow-up. That was very good.
Great dad joke.
Forgot to do it. Forgot to take the test. It's all good. We all got ADHD. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Every human has ADHD. Every human.
Crazy girl wants to leave me, but she always forgets.
There you go. We all got it.
Who said that?
Hove.
Oh.
No worry and mouth.
Selling merch before Shopify was such a tough thing. Like we used to sell it out of the trunks, sell it at our live shows. A lot of merch used to go missing. It was hard to track things, keep up with deliveries and things like that. Now with Shopify, everything is all in one place. We can just set the merch up, people shop, they get it, and we trust Shopify to get it out to our consumers in a timely fashion. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and the not-so-secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%. Meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that new Rory and Mal uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/RoryMall. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/RoryMall to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/RoryMall.
Do you need a break from the crowded stores and endless gift lists? Restore your zen and embrace the natural power of hemp this holiday season with Via. Mal, holiday season is stressful for me like you would not believe.
I can hear it.
Even just thinking about having to get everyone gifts, deal with the crowds, also deal with my family, the only way I can solve that is with the Euphoria gummies. The only way I could get through
everything.
That boost.
You need that kick.
I definitely do. And right now, Via is having a huge holiday sale for a limited time. You can save up to 25% off statewide plus up to 50% off select items and bundles. So if you're 21 plus, check out our link to Via's website in the description.
Myself, Rory, I like to pop one of the Dream Sleep gummies right before I get in the shower. So by the time I'm done, ready for bed. Unlock the power of nature with Via's organic and vegan hemp extracts, perfect for relaxation and rejuvenation. Via is the only lifestyle hemp brand. They use compounds found in hemp along with active plant extracts to create products, each with a specific effect in mind. Whether you want to get better sleep, ease anxiety, enhance your mood, or just get high, they have something for you. They also have 0 THC products. If THC isn't for you, you can still take advantage of their CBD line with products designed for sleep, focus, and energy that will keep you glowing all year long. Their products products range from 0 milligrams to 100 milligrams of THC, so these guys have you covered, whether you're looking to microdose or enjoy more potent effects.
This holiday season, give yourself some peace of mind. If you're 21 plus, check out the link to Via in our description. For a limited time during the holidays, Via is offering 25% off site-wide plus up to 50% off select items and bundle. And if you're hearing this ad post-sale, you can still save by using code RORYMALL for 25% off. After you purchase, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. This holiday season, enhance your everyday with Via. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. How do you stay cozy during the winter months? Some people wrap themselves up in a blanket. Some people get a mug of hot chocolate and watch a movie. But for some people, the end of the year, especially the holidays, can be very tough. So therapy is a great way to bring yourself some comfort that never goes away, even when the seasons change. I myself can speak to this. End of the year is always rough for me. Some people don't have the best family structure. When you're looking on your Instagram, seeing everyone posting photos with their family, it can get a little rough. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and you get matched with a licensed therapist at any time. You can also switch therapists if you want to. Find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/RoryMall today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/RoryMall. Just know you're not alone this holiday season, and let's get back to the show. In more local news, Daniel Penny trial. Penny, right?
Yeah.
Daniel Penny trial. For those that do not remember, Daniel Penny, he was the victim or the...
See, all right. Daniel Penny is the former Marine. He was 24 at the time. He's 26 now. It was last year. It was May 2023. He got involved with someone on the train.
That's involved?
A black man on the train.
Involved.
He intervened with someone that was kind of, acting erratic, and he was a homeless man. And he put him in a choke, and the choke lasted for nearly 6 minutes. The victim's name was Jordan Neely. He was choked out on the train. The train doors opened. People left the car. The gentleman still stayed on him in a chokehold. Once he finally got off and everyone arrived, whatever, the gentleman passed away. So it's one of those quarrels of, was this guy being a hero, stopping like a potential danger, a vigilante, or who's this? Is he a white knight or is he a...
Well, Jordan Neely, condolences to his family. He was the victim.
Yeah.
If I recall, he was threatening people on the train. Was it something like that? Like he was making threats?
Yeah, that was the case.
In this timeline, they talked about him standing up and whipping his jacket, and it started with asking for food, and then kind of becoming more abrasive towards other passengers, which is not uncommon.
Yes. I mean, the subways, we grew up on the subways. There's obviously people suffering from mental health issues that we ride the subway with.
It's where they all congregate.
Right. So, I mean,
we've all been yelled at on the train.
We've
100%.
all been yelled at. I've been threatened on the train plenty of times as a kid, as an adult. So this just sounds like, to me, a situation where somebody was on the train. A gentleman came on the train, started making threats, being aggressive towards passengers. What's the guy's name? Daniel Penny?
Yeah.
Daniel Penny.
Former Marine
who probably
Staten
felt
Island.
like he has the tools and skill sets to protect himself.
He has a special set of skills, for sure.
He has a special set of skills. He can protect himself and other people on the train.
I only like to make Peach laugh.
And he got
That's
up.
funny on multiple levels, because we just talked about how he was just hunting black people. That's a double entendre. Good job.
There was
Rory.
layers to it.
Yeah, there was layers to that.
So this just sounds like he got up, took matters into his own hands because he felt like, I've been waiting for this moment to show what I learned.
Yeah.
And had a guy in a chokehold a little too long and end up killing him. He's probably going to do some jail time. I think they will find him guilty.
And probably rightfully so.
Oh, no, rightfully so. But how much? Find him guilty of what, though, exactly?
So the charges are second-degree manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide.
I think the lesser charge.
Up to 15 years.
Yeah, I think he won't do 15 years
He's
for that. But
100% guilty of that second charge.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of case closed. Unless in the next 2 weeks, Candace Owens can find out that gentleman had a fentanyl in his system. And then it's it's okay to kill him.
It's funny you say that. So the gentleman Neely who had passed away was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and he had weed in his system at the time.
Oh shit!
And
he
then
deserved
I guess
it.
I mean, then
he smoked weed. He deserved
fucking
it.
Case closed.
Yeah.
Like,
Come on, man. Let Daniel Penny walk free.
The weed closed his lungs.
No, but in all seriousness, Daniel Penny I think he will be found guilty of the lesser charge and probably do maybe 5 years in prison or something.
Not in any way that this is tied into the United Healthcare thing, but I guess it sort of is as far as like citizens taking things into their own hands. I do think New Yorkers should protect each other on the train, but this was a little too excessive.
Yeah,
like we've all been.
I don't think
in situations on the train, and I'm not even mad at someone holding down someone that may be threatening someone.
Yeah,
but you knew what time it was.
A chokehold is different. You got somebody in a chokehold,
and you're a Marine. Like you're not stupid as far as what you know, what you're doing with your hands.
Yeah. But I've seen that on the subways plenty of times. Somebody, a passenger, gets up and gets into it with somebody on a train that's, harassing or being aggressive with other passengers, and they get into a fight, and they hold the person down until the cops come, because there's usually cops at every train station. Yeah. Right. So they hold the person down, but not in a chokehold.
Whatever happened in just like pinning someone's arms behind their back, or just like, laying that, like, you know what I mean? Just restricting them without cutting off.
I think it's hard to make that decision if you're in it. Like, I'm pretty sure Daniel Penny he probably acted out of fear as well, and didn't want to allow the gentleman to move, and probably didn't know if he had a weapon, didn't want to get stabbed, didn't want to get cut. But if you have somebody in a chokehold and you can clearly see when they're not moving, they're not even awake anymore, at that point,
when they're
it's like, all right, like he's not getting up. Like, you don't have to continue to sit there and keep them in that chokehold. He's not fighting. He's not trying to get up. He's not trying to be aggressive. He's not even moving anymore because he's unconscious. He's passed out. So I just think it was a little excessive. But I've seen it firsthand. I've seen people just out of fear react on the subway and hold somebody down and not want to get off of them, because they're like, I don't know if I let him get up, he might have a blade on him, something cut me. Like, I'm not letting him get up, but not in a chokehold. The chokehold is totally different.
That's why you can't let ferry people on the trains.
Ferry?
Yeah.
Not that ferry mall. He's talking about Staten Island.
Oh.
Look at where your brain went.
No, you said ferry. I'm like, but don't they get off at a certain stop and like transfer to the ferry? Like,
to the one train.
Okay, yeah.
But that
last stop on the one is just too many Italian accents for me.
I'm not against the intervention.
I hate the last stop on the one.
Like Maul said, I'm not against the intervention. I think it's just like, to do anything for nearly 6 minutes is like, that's just anything to that extent is excessive to me. Like 6 minutes in this position around someone's neck, it's like, come on, bro. Like, I'm not saying he sought out to kill him, but what you're doing. What results could become of this if you do something for nearly 6 minutes around someone's throat.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it sound like I'm defending Penny here, but did he actually serve in combat? Did he go to war? Do we know that information? I still think PTSD is a real thing for our.
Oh, it's definitely a real thing.
Are people that serve overseas, but
and sometimes
it doesn't excuse anything there, but then it also becomes a mental health shit on his side too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
PTSD doesn't give you the right to kill anyone.
Right.
I'm just saying maybe that's a factor of the excessive holding someone down for that fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a lot of sympathy.
I'm sure his legal team is going to
PTSD.
try to use that angle at some point. They're going to try to use that angle of him being a Marine. He probably was active, was in combat, and they're probably going to try to use that. But I think he will be found guilty of the lesser charge, though.
I mean, I feel like they would have brought that up already if he did serve. And because if they're going with the fucking weed, he was high theory, that's why he died. That didn't work for Candace Owens either. Like, it's not going to work whatsoever.
Yeah, he served 4 years in the Marines, and his last post was in North Carolina.
Okay.
So I don't know if that, I'm not the
a lot of respect to everyone that does serve, and I am empathetic for PTSD from that. Doesn't mean you can kill someone, but he's going to do some jail time.
Oh yeah, and he should definitely do jail time for sure.
If he would have had a badge,
he's not going to do 15 years.
It would have been fucking fine. If somebody was selling cigarettes and he did the same thing,
Yeah, if someone jumped the turnstile,
then it's
you
fine.
just shot him
this
10
would've been
times,
over with,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Separate from this conversation about these specific people, do you guys think that you're capable of being the vigilante? Like if one was needed on the train, do you think you're capable of doing
If somebody was bleeding on the train?
if it was needed, if it was, you know, like if there was, I'm not saying this is what this man was doing, but if a man was like brandishing a weapon and like being dangerous on the train.
Wait, which weapon?
This case, there was no weapon, by the way.
Yeah, that's why I keep saying separate from them. Separate from that. If somebody was in danger on the train, do you guys think you would be capable of being those people?
Again, what is the weapon? Yes, I think I could be the vigilante on the train, but what weapon does that person have?
And do I have my cape? Because if I left my cape at home, everybody's fucked. I can't save nobody.
What's funny is like I would be the big tough guy if someone was like harassing a woman or whatever, not seeing that they had the machete under the, you know, the coat. The moment the machete came out, I'd be like, listen, man, she probably deserved it.
Yeah. Fuck that.
I'm being serious, guys. Do you really think that you're that?
would.
You really think you're that guy?
I have been on a plane.
What
I
are
told
you,
that story.
Wahlberg?
What the fuck did you do on a plane?
I stopped
Sam
I
Jackson?
stopped a guy from assaulting a sky waitress.
Sky waitress is crazy. I've never heard a sky waitress
either.
What was he doing to her?
He was clearly like high as fuck, and I want a big league, everyone. It was in first class.
I was going to say, they do that in first class?
We were all in our layout beds, and he was standing on top of it, high out of his fucking mind.
Shit.
And
Orlando Brown?
Yeah, and he kept having the sky stewardess come near us, and he eventually went and grabbed her, and then I grabbed him, and another guy did too. Like that, he wasn't a threat. Like,
where were you going?
Coming from LA to New York, and they arrested him when we landed.
You never told us that.
I told that story on the pod.
What'd you do to him? Did you put him in a choke?
I just
for 5 hours?
You choked him? You choked him out for 5 hours?
The entire flight. I had
in his bed, like
cuddled. He was cuddled with him.
cuddled him.
On the layout.
Rory was the big spoon. Rory was big spooning.
Nah, I like being a little spoon.
Yo, that's fucking.
No, I had him in a full Nelson the whole flight. Just arms like this.
A flight is different though. I feel like a flight is different.
Yeah, because you know he doesn't have a weapon.
It wasn't like a crazy thing, but he did put his hands on the flight attendant after it had been like hours of like them coming to him like, you need to relax. He was clearly high out of his fucking mind, and it was a red eye. So I know he probably came from the club and went right to his flight, and yeah, he put his hands on the flight attendant, and me and the other guy just grabbed him off.
What drug was it giving? Like, was it giving meth? Was it giving like?
It was giving mental health shit that he mixed with alcohol.
Oh,
that's what I was getting out of it. Like he's having an episode, and he also probably mixed it with liquor. That's what I.
You probably had a Bloody Mary. You know they love making those on a flight.
Having a Bloody Mary on a flight is the sickest thing I've ever heard. That's gross.
That's what the white people love that shit on a flight.
I've never seen anybody.
Every time
First thing in the morning too.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I don't understand. Now that we talk about flights and airports, how the fuck are bars and restaurants like serving alcohol in the airport at fucking 6 a.m.?
Well, no, in New York they don't open until 8 a.m. I fucking hate that.
You hate when I can't get a drink at 8 a.m.? You hate that you can't have a drink at 8 a.m. in the morning?
Like, the rules of airports where anything can go? Like, you can
No,
wear
that is
pajamas, drink
crazy.
at 6
That's why you had to choke somebody out and cuddle for 5 hours. They wasn't selling no fucking alcohol early in the morning. You wouldn't have to deal with that shit.
After that happened, the pilot came up.
Well, who was flying the plane?
There's two, and there's
okay.
also like autopilot.
Autopilot. Yeah,
And there's also two of them.
Let me newsflash: the pilots be sleep. Like if you go flying to LA, once they have like they're not awake.
They really only take off and land.
Yeah, that's it. Like they go autopilot. They listen to their fucking headset. They get a report weather.
They
If you have to
listen to us?
divert. Yeah, they not.
Listen
They
to
don't,
New Royal Mall while you're trying to get people to LA safely.
yeah, they don't listen. They don't be up.
I do like the weird nerd aviation YouTube rabbit hole. I did not know that these flight attendants have like full blown beds. Anytime I'm trying to get some peanuts, this bitch has been asleep the whole time. There's a whole quarters like through a fucking vent.
Yeah,
that they all sleep in.
Mm-hmm.
You getting paid to sleep?
Yeah. If everybody else is asleep, what the fuck they do?
I'm awake.
Yeah, but then you ring the bell.
And they don't come.
Nah, you bugging.
Nah, they come.
See, he tripping.
And you
now
in
he
first
ain't-
class, they come.
You ring that bell, bro. They gonna be there before.
Yeah,
they gonna be there so fast.
You always see them.
Yeah.
Nah.
Train is different though. Because like you said, TSA, you got to go through security. I know this dude doesn't have a weapon on the plane. We could just get to fucking him up. On the train,
Nah.
No vetting process.
you got to be careful. I mean, if it gets to that point where you feel like, all right, we're in danger, and it's one of those stops where it's going express and these doors ain't opening for like 4 minutes,
Oof.
we might have to do what we have to do. But I got to find somebody.
You gotta contact somebody.
I gotta find one of the homies from Brooklyn or something.
You
Like,
need a buddy.
man, we not going out like this.
Yeah.
Like, we not gonna let him just have his way with us in this train car right
You
now.
have to
Like,
have your eye-to-eye United 93 moment.
Yeah.
Let's roll. Like,
we both have to start hearing Eye of the Tiger at the same time. Like,
we on the same page, right?
Exactly. Like, give each other the nod. Like,
And at that point, like your train legs really need to kick in so you can really kind of anticipate where the train is going to move.
You gotta surf it.
At that point, I'm just going to tackle.
I just need if he's in front of you, I just need you to creep up behind him and get on the floor and I'm gonna push him, he fall over you. Like, you remember that old school shit? Like your homie,
When
like,
somebody used to get behind.
yeah, get on their knees behind him and you push him and he fall over. We got him.
Like a
So fight
turtle.
over.
What if he has, okay.
Doing that on the train, especially with a stranger.
No,
Like,
you
yo, you
don't-
remember that shit in elementary school? Like,
Remember the shit we used to do? Like, all right, come on,
And then
let's
he
do it
gonna do
now.
the wrong shit. You fucked up now. You pushed him.
Not a machete or a knife, but what if it's a box cutter?
That's a knife.
No, but it's like a smaller. I'm saying that I would feel safe. Not
A
safe.
box cutter,
I
I'm
would
taking
feel more
I'm
comfortable.
scarier than a regular knife. To
Nah,
me.
hell no. I'm
Hell no.
I'm taking my chances
How
with
much
a
more
box
surface
cutter.
area there is to cut you with a real knife?
Yeah.
Surface it.
Word. Man, they said we had bombs on this plane. Man, the
He
plane
said they took down the towers with a box cutter. They also found their passports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still fully intact. Yeah.
It was just smattered.
He was like, oh, there
All
it
this
is.
rubble.
All this rubble. There it is.
Just depleted 3 buildings.
We
I
still
get it.
haven't found family members.
Is that paper?
Found passports though.
A box cutter doesn't scare y'all?
I'm
It
not,
depends.
Look,
If
I'm
it's a
not trying to
nigga,
be
if
hero.
it's a nigga from the Bronx with it, if it's some Puerto
Are
Rican,
you gonna ask us bro in the middle of
like,
this?
where you from?
A box cutter is
You can tell
scary,
by
but
his
I'm saying
mentally
a
ill,
blade,
crazy
like
guy
a
on the
knife
train?
is worse.
Yeah,
A
where you
knife
from?
is worse. A switchblade, a knife, that's worse.
See, if you pull out a box cutter, I'll take my chances. If you pull out like a shank,
Yeah, nah. You got it, bro.
I would
what did
take
Andrew
my
Schultz
chances with
say?
a
I can make love to you. You can do whatever you want.
Small.
take.
All right, my bad. I'm sorry.
Saying somebody could rob your booty hole with a shank is crazy.
It happens in San
happens
Quentin every
all the
day. Like
time,
right now,
yeah.
it's happening in San Quentin. I can promise you.
Some is consensual.
Well, yeah.
There just happens to be a shank there.
Just-
What did
You
Reggie
guys-
say?
I'm
They are
more-
taking asses in ways that cannot be explained. They are taking asses are being taken in ways that we cannot explain. Yeah, go to San Quentin.
It's the Orlando Brown thing. You can't take back what your asshole received.
That was crazy. That was wild. That was wild as fuck.
Well, I'm scared of a box cutter. I'd take a shank in that situation over a box cutter.
No
any day.
What
way.
about a gun? What about a gun?
No,
Get
a
the fuck out of
gun.
here. Get off the train. Bye.
A gun here.
Gun.
Whatever you want. Just send the hat around and I'll put all my belongings in the hat.
Am I crazier for being more afraid of the knife than the guy with the knife than the guy with the gun?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I asked you if I'm crazy. Okay.
Yeah. Because you got to stab me like a few times for me to die with this knife. A gun, you can shoot me and my chances of dying from one single gunshot wound is way higher than a fucking one stab wound.
But I feel like
hand-to-hand combat.
I feel like because that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, it's the train. We're so close. I feel like you can do more damage to me with a knife once we're
Nah.
here than with the gun.
The gun, he ain't even got to get up on you. He could stand all the way over there and shoot you right in your chest.
But that's what I'm saying. He's not gonna see me coming.
On the train, Demaris?
Where do you think you're?
Where are you at? What train are you on? The Oriental Express? What fucking train are you on? The A? I see you, nigga. You right there.
Bright ass train.
What the fuck you mean he ain't
The
gonna see me
Oriental
coming?
Express is the 7.
Yeah.
Great fucking joke.
Don't do that.
Whoa.
Don't do that. But don't do that.
Great joke.
But don't do that.
Don't
Don't
do
do
that.
that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's or the Grand Stop.
And now a word from our sponsor. Put it right
Watch
there.
that ad, you're like, dun, 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 dun. It's like
That's an ad for Rush Hour 4.
All right.
A massage
What,
parlor.
man? Imagine us doing massage parlor ads.
I feel like that would be a good fit for us. No, I would
Hell
turn
yeah.
that one down in my
Give
email.
me a year free massages. I'll do that shit every day.
I still want to check off Rub and Tug off my list.
same.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
man.
Dick
It's
jump
not
when
what
you
you
said
think.
that.
That is the most awkward, most.
No, that's why I've never done it because I feel like I'm too awkward for a situation
There's
like that.
nothing. That is the most awkward shit ever.
Like locking eyes with an old Oriental woman to jerk me off.
Nah, you got to be
I would
like
just
sleep. You got to have your you got to do that.
No, you don't have to do
Is
that.
this the ad?
You just go home and do that yourself.
No, but like, she's also
talking
gonna have
points?
soft hands. She's not gonna have Rory's fucking 3rd degree hand. She's gonna have
Hey,
like,
man.
Baby soft hands. Well, that's a weird thing to say out loud.
Yeah, that was.
See?
Bro, we're never
Start speaking to your weird shit. There you go.
Gentlemen off camera that we will not reveal identities. Have you guys ever had a rub and tug?
No, that shit is weird. Bro.
Yeah, I don't think I have it in me. I don't judge anyone that's done it. I want to.
See, they do it. We can go together after this.
Yeah,
We can go together.
We can all go together.
Yo, going to get rub and tugs as a crew?
You want to get the group on? The group and tug, because you save money. It's like carpooling.
You save money. You
A
save
group
money.
on for a rub and tug.
It's like carpooling.
There's a rub and tug right on the corner.
Oh, you don't
No,
say.
it's not. Don't say that. I love that place. They don't rub.
You
You
crazy.
asked?
I did not.
He asked. He kept going. He
I
kept
bet
doing
like
this.
5 times. They do not.
I'm not quite happy
No.
yet. How do we end this?
You didn't tug me. You only rubbed me. You got to tug now.
I was listening to a podcast with Eric Andre, and rubmaps.com he brought up.
What? All right, let's pull it up.
Peach knows. All right.
Rub maps. Y'all are disgusting.
This site can't be reached. All right, let me just Google search it.
Our Wi-Fi doesn't block this. Or maybe I have it wrong. Is it not Rub Maps?
Oh shit, this has to be it. You have to say you're over 18.
I mean, they definitely check for ID at the
Oh.
massage parlor.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I
Are there
told
any
you it was right
clothes?
up the block.
There's a bunch.
No.
Oh, wait, it knows our location.
Wait, let me put in the zip code.
Julian gonna put near me.
Rubbing tugs near me
I
is
mean,
sick.
watch the place I love be on here.
I'm sure it is. They just didn't see you as a suitable client.
That'd
Yeah,
be
they
fucked
jerk
up.
off.
It's like he don't want one.
Oh, look at this right around the corner.
Oh, I know that one.
I told you
See,
where
mine's
it
not
was.
on
Guys,
here.
the neighborhood we're in. Like, what did you think?
These are so cheap. Holy shit. $50?
60 for an hour. Do they do women?
Yeah, they flicked
Wait,
the
hold
bean.
on. $50 to get an hour massage and they jerk you off after? That's a
45?
fucking bargain.
$45?
That's not a bargain, Peach?
That doesn't include the.
He said, yeah, the tug is probably an additional 100.
Okay.
That's crazy. 100?
It's still cheaper than a date with me. So
Yeah, how do they do that for women?
They just flick the bean a little bit.
That's
Depending on how
gotta be-
big the bean is. If it's a kidney bean, if it's a lima bean, they charge extra.
Great Northern bean.
Great Northern bean.
The way they charge for like an oversized
What
car
I
in
love
the
is
garage.
'cause
Same shit.
in the
that oversized click will be an extra $10.
A lady pull her panties down, they be like, that's a navy bean.
in the third
We don't do the
column-
transgender thing over here.
Why y'all show out every time we got company?
What? We talking about rubbing tugs.
In the third column, it specifies which woman you would have the choice. So most of them are Asian, Korean, Asian, Chinese, etc. The last one here on the first page, Asian, Caucasian, ebony.
Oh shit.
I've walked
Latina.
past
Rory.
that second one right there. Wait, there's one with black women?
Yeah, ebony.
Oh, I'm paying.
How do you think that
We're
black
gonna go
women
in there
are
and
for
throw
sale?
a card on the table.
That's not crazy. You think black women are just for sale? Said I'm paying.
You don't get to
I
do that
respect
after you
the art.
defended Schultz.
I didn't defend you.
Yeah, no, I bought a ticket though, so I'm part of the
They
game.
have
Oh,
reviews.
yeah, my bad. I'm sorry.
Can you imagine being like the cop that has to go undercover to find out what spots are the rub and tugs?
Yeah, he gonna be undercover for like a year before he finally busts one for sure. Pause. Double entendre.
Sorry, Sergeant. I haven't found any ones that are violating the code.
Comes in zipping up his pants. It's like,
I'll be back to investigate next week.
Speaking of transitioning, I want to start by saying I am an ally. I'm the last letter. I love everybody.
What is the last letter? Z?
Q.
Oh.
No, there's
Isn't that
the alphabet
questioning?
keeps going. See, you guys are such novices with the LGBTQ community. There's way more letters.
What
Is
are
it?
they?
What did they adopt over
I
the
can't-
last month?
It's a secret society. All we ask is
it looks
for.
like the
I couldn't tell you
element
that.
chart now.
Maul, how would you feel if you got this email here with no context? This is from my daughter's daycare center. The subject is your child is transitioning. Good afternoon. We're thrilled to announce that your child will be transitioning, and then it gets cut off.
Well, that's she got
Then
cut off.
I opened that email and said Fox News was fucking right.
Oh my God.
I was so scared.
That's why we got them demon rats out of here.
Then I opened the email and said, full context, we are thrilled to announce your child will be transitioning to the Red Lions in the new year on January 3rd, 2025. Talking about how amazing she is with her development and everything. But not that, again, I'm an ally. Not that I care about anything in that world. Why would you choose to put the subject from your daycare, your child is transitioning?
Clickbait so that you would click on it like you did.
You don't need
I
clickbait.
click every daycare email. Like,
Yeah, it's not. You have to.
I don't need
clickbait
clickbait to see what my daughter's daycare is saying.
Yeah, that's just a wild choice of words. Especially, and they know the climate. They know what time it is. See, it's those little.
Your
what
child
they call
is
it?
transitioning.
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs. So she's put a little Easter egg. Your child is trying. No, the fuck, my child
And
isn't.
I'm so scared of not even the cancel shit, but just being wrong and being on the wrong side of history. I was like, well, damn, I guess it isn't my choice. They get to decide.
Yeah. So Trump was trying to tell you. Told you to vote for him. Doesn't matter. He's in anyway.
He's in anyway. Do we have voicemails?
Yeah, I was going to say, can we please go?
You've got mail.
Did I take it too far? I'm sorry.
No, we don't. Voicemails, yes. Yeah, speaking of relationship types, this is a fun one.
Hey, what's going on, Rory Mall and the rest of the cast and crew? I enjoy your show very much. My name and location is not important, just a quick scenario and question for the group. So I got a really good friend of mine. He's going to turn 40 next year, and to celebrate, he wants to go to Brazil. Important information before I go any further. This good friend of mine, he's in a an ethically non-monogamous relationship. The difference between that and an open relationship, I couldn't tell you. So anyway, my only minor setback or complaint for him is like he moves like everyone else is in an open relationship or something. So I'm happily married 12 years now. And
So why are you going to Brazil?
I already know I can't get that off. I'm going to have to celebrate his 40th somewhere in the States. I can't go to Brazil.
That's a good man right there.
I went to Brazil as a single guy, but for all my friends who have gone, all I know is sightseeing by day and smashing off escorts by night. That's all I know about it. So my question for the cast and all that is, if you're in a relationship, that's not open, hypothetically speaking, would you be able to get that off, you think? And for Demaris, would you let your man go on a man's trip to like Brazil or somewhere like that if you're in a committed relationship?
It's a good question.
Maybe he just wants to go hiking or see the sights.
Yeah, I don't get why is he making this seem like you can only go to Brazil to get pussy?
Because that's very obviously what his friend is going to do.
The guy trip to Brazil
you don't
is
have
to
to
fuck
do what your
escorts.
friend's doing. You can just go there and be like, I'll go to the soccer game with you, fucking go get drunk, and then go to bed. I don't have to fuck all the
it's
hookers.
bitches in Airbnb. Like you can't be the nigga that closed his door when the bitches is running around the Airbnb naked.
You can literally just not fuck the women.
You can, but are you going to?
Yeah,
Right.
if
When
you're
there's a bunch of
happily married,
when there's a bunch of 10s running around that only cost 20, yeah.
Ooh, that's
but then
my
that's
boy.
like
He
that's
a rapper.
that's a question
fine
for
time.
his his ability to.
Do you
make
know the escorts in
decision.
Brazil? Like they're all legitimate.
They're
things.
all your type.
No, they're
but
fuck.
prettier.
I'm not him. I would go there to fuck. Let's put that out there. I'm not him. I'm not committed. I'm not in 12 years happily married. Fuck all that. I'm saying you can go to a foreign country and just not fuck the women. That's very doable.
Not everybody has your
You can
self-control.
You can, but if it's a guy's trip, your homeboy's birthday,
It's his birthday, bro. You gotta cheat on your wife.
like come on.
what? Like he's what is he like in his 40s? Like, is that really
No,
the
that's
scenario?
the age that they go to Brazil.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying you can't just be like, yeah, this is a great time. I love Brazil.
No,
I do not have to fuck everybody I
Yes,
see.
of course, we have all been in situations where our friends are doing some shit
I mean,
that we're
I
not
would.
doing. But that's a fight in a married household. Women are not stupid. Like they are well aware that a guy's trip to Brazil is to fuck escorts. Like they're not fans of Catholicism to go see the sights of that woman that's up here like this. They're there to fuck horse.
But there are men who would like to
Christ
see
the Redeemer.
Oh, is that Jesus that's up there?
Who did you think that was?
You thought it was
Carlos
a woman?
Mencia? Who did you think that was?
Wait, who did you think it
Where
was?
did you land on Carlos?
Carlos Mencia.
What a name drop.
Who did you think that was?
Christ the Redeemer, some woman up there.
I don't know. Like Mary?
No, man.
Is it a veil? Isn't there some hair?
No,
there?
yeah.
Jesus.
That cloak and
It
shit
better be
he wore.
white Jesus.
Oh, it's definitely white Jesus.
It's blue eyes on that statue,
in
right?
Brazil, they ain't let no black Jesus be up there.
Why not?
They don't like the black people in Brazil. Brazil experiences a lot of racism.
Yeah, but I mean, well, yeah.
You was about to say something. I was like, yeah, never mind.
Like,
No, it's a very black
and it has
country, but they do
one of
experience
the
a lot of
biggest
racism.
black populations in
Yeah.
the world is in Brazil.
I mean, so is DR and Haiti, but
We love self-hate. All right, but back to this gentleman.
So is the Bronx.
i.e. DR and Haiti.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he's making a good call. Celebrate with your mans in the States. That trip is for one thing and one thing only. And you'll probably kill the vibe because he sounds like a guy that has no interest in cheating on his wife. Like, just don't even put yourself in this situation.
Until you see one of them, until you see one of them thick thigh.
He asked what y'all.
I'm agreeing with him of saying celebrate in the States with your friend. I think that's the call.
You wouldn't go? You wouldn't go to Brazil?
Well, listen, I love geography. Like, I would go for other reasons.
Geography. Now they got a studio down there. For sure.
You can lock in.
All right.
Lock in.
Yeah.
With one producer.
Yeah. Masego's
Lock
down
in
there.
with one producer is hilarious.
Go over there with
Masego's down there. Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Here's where I would actually probably be allowed to go down there. I don't use condoms. I'm not paying to fuck with a condom on.
That's where Rory draws the line.
Hold on. No.
You have to wear a condom when you pay for sex. I'm not doing that.
You think
that is whack.
That when you present this idea to our beloved Kia, you think you're going to say, hey, I'm going to Brazil.
I'm not even saying that.
Okay. I was just wondering.
She went too far. Like, you're not even, that's not even.
I wouldn't even get to that part of the question.
Not cheating on me because he don't wear condoms and you can't fuck a prostitute without a condom. So I know he.
Logic.
Fuck.
My man.
Get you a husband like this.
Yeah. No, I know he not cheating because he don't wear no condom. I was like, the logic.
That was
is like,
racist as fuck is what it was. You love
like,
Schultz.
Also, it's people that would fuck a prostitute without a condom.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Well, that's what he's saying. If he were to, he wouldn't be wearing a condom.
Wait. Nobody's fucking a prostitute without a condom.
Mad people fuck prostitutes without condoms.
They pay extra.
That's not true.
They're usually
lucky.
Is this one of my naive things again?
Yes. I'm telling
There's
you.
no way somebody's fucking a prostitute
It's just
without
a little
condom.
more money.
Rory, I'm telling you. Yes, they are.
It's just more
I know
money.
that for a fact. That's not even a debate. I know this for a fact. There are men that fuck prostitutes without condoms.
I'm not even saying like an escort that may be like high level.
A streetwalker.
Bitches in Colombia.
Yeah.
I know somebody who fucked somebody in Colombia.
Do they come back with their dick?
They pay extra.
You just pay more, yeah.
Yeah. If it's $40, you be like, no condoms, like, all right, 85.
All right, that extra fucking
Bring
$40 doesn't take away from the disease.
Niggas don't care about diseases.
Look at you talking down on women. Those are some of the cleanest women.
Yeah.
I do believe that sex workers are probably some of the cleanest women.
I don't know why you believe that. Not a third world country.
No,
in Vegas maybe. In Vegas maybe.
Yes, Vegas for sure.
Yeah.
You guys got to go on 304 TikTok. 304.
I thought that was like rub maps. I thought that was like a
304 is basically 304 is hoe in numerology, whatever, right? So 304 TikTok is the fucking sex
What's hoe in
workers.
Scientology?
305.
I don't know.
Tom Cruise.
Ask Tom Cruise.
Okay.
They are on there giving the regular women hygiene tips. Like the hoes are on there like telling like this is how we stay, like we could fuck 10 niggas in one day and we never catch BV or put this is how we do it. And they're like giving out tips. Like it's like a hashtag 304 TikTok. They're on there talking about them pegging guys. They're on there saying how much money they made that day. Like it's like a whole thing.
That's
I'm
important.
enamored.
Just like direct to consumer with these hoes.
They sold out Pedialyte in one of the fucking states that they were in
consumer.
because they said that if you drink clear Pedialyte, it makes your pussy extra wet. So the girls are drinking full bottles of clear Pedialyte before they go to fuck.
I mean, I respect the craft.
I'm just saying.
And the research and
I
development.
think that speaks to exactly how dumb some women are.
Reminds me of this specialized one over here. Lily Phillips is a porn star, OnlyFans girl. She did that thing where she fucked like a few hundred guys in 24 hours. Yeah, she's going for a record. She's trying to fuck 1,000 guys in 24 hours. So she has like an application that you can fill out and like, submit or whatever. But yeah, it's obviously everyone's wrapped up. But
I'm trying to find a calculator.
I was gonna say that's like physically impossible. No.
I mean, they're not fucking.
Fuck just means like
I think it's sticking
entry.
it in.
Yeah.
Okay, how many minutes are in 24 hours?
So
that's 41 guys an hour.
The one that sent her like viral into like this sphere was she fucked 101 guys in a day.
Being the one is funny to me.
He late.
He late.
He's the little spoon for sure.
Yo.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was just a regurgitated thought, but yeah, 304 TikTok.
All right. So what advice do we have for this gentleman?
Don't go.
Don't go.
I think the reason why he called in and saying he shouldn't go is because he knows. I think he's being honest with himself. He's saying if I were to go, I would fuck these women.
Of course he would.
Which I think is honorable
I guess
thing.
that's honorable for not to go.
Self-aware. Like I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I would cheat. So
he asked me if I would let my man go. Depends on the man, but probably yes, I would let him go.
You would go with him.
Can you scissor with a condom on? How does that work?
It's like a dental dam.
You just mash plastic?
Mm-hmm.
You good?
No, I'm genuinely curious. Like, how do women fuck prostitutes?
I know you're mad at him.
I wouldn't know.
Now that he poses the question, I'm curious as well.
Like,
how do lesbians? I'm talking like how does Young M.A. go to Brazil?
Do you bring your own strap?
Yeah.
Paying you're supposed to use
strap somebody is crazy.
You're supposed to use a different strap with every woman anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
like,
you gotta boil it. Come on, we've been through this.
You go into the room to fuck. They have the boiler on.
Crock pot.
It's sizzling.
That's their version of
Candles
Netflix
and boiled
chill.
water.
She walks out. It's like, oh, I know what time you're on.
Yeah, you think she got oxtail in there? It's 2 dildos. It's like, yo, what we doing? Like, you got 2 dildos on.
No, I'm just boiling.
Slow
I'm just making pasta. I'm not one of those girls.
Pasta.
You ever get like too horny though? Like if no. Wait. I'm not.
Yeah, it's a lot of gentlemen. There's a lot of gentlemen in prison right now because they got too horny.
No. Let me ask the question.
Nah, I think we should leave it at that. Yo, you ever get too horny?
Yeah. I know some guys. Yeah, I know where they at right now too.
It makes sense.
Please.
If you're a woman and you're boiling dildos and your girl's like waiting for you to finish like the boiling process so you can get to it, do you ever just like put it on too quick and start fucking before you let it cool? And then it could be like burning.
I don't know why you're
hot?
looking at me right now.
Demaris.
Well, you grab skillets out of the oven, so you wouldn't know.
I'm saying, like,
You would definitely fuck.
like
That was a steak, not a dick.
you're in the heat of the moment. You don't want to wait. Like what's less sexy than like taking the dildo out of the boiler and putting it in a cool bowl of water with ice and then waiting for 10 minutes.
Well, you don't have to wait for 10 minutes.
I'm just saying something when you just want to throw it on your waist and just get to pounding.
Something tells me that dykes like prep.
Yeah.
I think the dildo is cool and ready to go.
Pre-boiled.
Yeah. Something tells me that dykes are prepared. I don't think they're just doing things on a whim. They seem very calculated to me.
Do you know how long women take to prepare to go on dates with y'all and have sex?
But I'm saying like if it's just like a one night out, 2 like lesbians meet and it's like I don't know what's about to smash this bitch. I gotta go home and boil my shit. But
Well,
she's
they
gotta be
probably
with
boil
me.
it after they're done using it. Most people clean their sex toys when they're done using
Oh, like
them.
immediately? Okay.
Yes.
Really?
To keep bacteria from growing on them.
Post nut clarity is just shame for me.
Yeah.
You have time to like clean after with that mindset?
Having to clean after nutting is crazy.
I mean, there's tissue.
I just think that thinking that the dildo that you inserted inside yourself and you like, I gotta boil it to get this bacteria. Like, what's in you? Like, what?
Well, your body has bacteria no matter what.
Yeah,
So
but
there's
it's your
good
bacteria.
and bad bacteria. But when you take it out and put it into the oxygen and air, more bacteria grows. Bacteria multiply.
Osmosis. I've seen that movie.
You wash your hands.
Osmosis Jones.
It's a great movie.
A-lister.
Come on,
That's one of my favorite
Shout
movies.
out Will Smith.
I thought it was Chris Rock.
That's Chris Rock.
Same thing.
That's why he's shouting out Will Smith.
Well, no, Will Smith was Shark Tale. That's right.
Do we have another voicemail?
Oh
yeah. Here we go.
But yes, I would let my man go.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, Rory and Mal, Julian, Demaris.
Oh, this is a good one.
I'm calling from London, but I'm originally from the Bay, and this is my situation. So a while ago, my dad was really ill, and he had to have heart surgery. And so before the surgery, my parents shared their will and trust with me and had me review it in case things went left. And so we're out of surgery now, and my dad's okay. But when I was reading their will, it explicitly says that their estate is not going to be divided evenly between me and my sister. She's 25, I'm almost 30. She is getting like $250,000 more than me. And that's very hurtful. To be clear, I'm not upset at my sister. Like, we have a really good relationship, but I'm really hurt like by my parents. And their argument is that I don't need the money and she does. And look, I work in finance and she's a teacher, so whatever. But the thing is, like, I have a good job now, but I could get a stroke. I could not be able to work anymore. Like, anything could happen. And they just don't care. And at the core of it, I feel like I'm being punished for being successful and making good choices with my life. I got into a top school on the East Coast, so I went there for college, and I feel like this is their way of punishing me for leaving them. So what do you guys think? Like, am I overreacting? Are my parents in the wrong? I know most of you have siblings, and Rory is a father, so I'm curious what your perspective is.
That's tough.
I would raise fucking hell.
There's a guy on the run right now from United Health that you could
Stop.
take out.
He's open for work.
Take out the whole family.
But the will is set in stone.
Yeah.
Nah,
so just kill the sister.
Yeah, no, she got to be
Menendez brother. Then.
I understand where she's coming from. I understand where she's coming from, but I feel like family dynamics plays a part in that, and I don't know your family dynamics. I've had conversations with my father in joking way, but not joking way that like, because I deal with him the most, I should get a bigger cut of his will. Like he has children that don't even speak to him. Why am I splitting this money evenly? And they don't speak to you and I deal with you every single day. And I say that in a joking way and he's like, you all guys are all my children. But like, yeah, I put more work in this motherfucker. I put more hours in.
All right, so what's that metric? What's that stream number as far as attention to your father that should get a return off?
What's a stream worth?
I'm just saying, because if you get sick, I'm going to be the one taking care of you.
What's a daughter worth?
What's a hug worth? How many times you hugged your dad?
How many times you hugged him?
How many hours did you hug your dad? Though, I honestly think about it.
I'm just saying, like as a kid, you.
What was your daughter recap this year?
Yeah, like what?
I am definitely the most streamed daughter. I got yelled at the most. I had to deal with his fucking tantrums the most. Like I am the most streamed daughter in the wrap up. So I feel like I should get more than everybody else. And he told me I was being a brat. But I mean, who
gets Harlem in the will?
Don't do that.
What?
Don't do that.
It's not
Anyway,
Demaris' family founded Harlem.
I understand why they gave her more money. But I do agree with you when you said you could get sick and no longer. But if this was me and my sister, my younger sister, we would, if my parents gave her more money, she would share with me and like we would do it ourselves, honestly.
That's kind of my point to this. I'd be so livid that if my sister needs money, I'll give her money. This should be split evenly. If she gets in a jam, I can take from, first of all, the amount of entitlement is get $250,000 more than me. Like, Jesus Christ, what is in this fucking settlement? But if my sister gets in a jam, I'll give her some money. But let's split it evenly. Like, I don't understand why.
You gotta know your siblings, man. Yeah, some of your siblings ain't responsible.
And I was thinking too.
Some of them are
She sounds
addicted.
responsible though.
Yeah, some of them got addictions. You know, I give my brother an extra $250,000. I know where he going.
Well, her sister.
Oh, I'd be Hunter Biden.
He going to Brazil.
It's no fault. Like her sister's a teacher, so she's just saying it's not like her sister's a bum. She's just saying comparatively, she works in finance. She makes significantly more money than her sister. Her sister's not a loser.
No, we're not saying that. What we're saying is she might be bad with money, and I'm not again. Ma'am, I'm not putting this on you, but she might be bad with money and her parents might have went to her sister and said, hey, we're going to give you more money, but if your sister needs it, give it to your sister. It could be that. Like they could have had a whole different conversation with her sister. She might not be good with money. You might be in finance, but you might, have a coke problem. We don't know.
Yeah, I think it depends on
strong correlation.
If you have a trusting siblings.
Yeah.
If you have trusting siblings, give it to them.
And a coke addict.
So
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Love to you, man.
No, I'm saying if you have siblings and y'all know each other, y'all have a relationship, y'all can figure that shit out on the back end. Like, listen,
but
I know I got
you don't get to figure it out on the back end because the parents are the ones that are deciding.
Yeah.
Where
no, but I mean, once the money is divided, it's like, yo, they gave me $250,000 more. Here's 125.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh yeah. I mean, it's gonna all get taxed anyway.
Julian, you have like 15 siblings,
unless you move to.
I don't.
That are all in the Democratic Party. How do you think your parents' sum would be split up?
I already know.
Excuse me.
But I don't feel like I should repeat that on here.
No.
Is it even at least?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not asking for the actual amount.
Well,
not the amount. I don't know the amount.
How would you feel if they gave your brother more money because he had kids and you don't? How would you feel?
I just like to what Rory said, like my parents are everything's even. Like, so that I just can't even I can't even wrap my mind around if they were to do some shit like that. It just doesn't seem like something that my parents would do. And like, I don't know, I don't want to air this out, but I saw what a will and trust did to my mom's side of the family and how that tore apart her sibling. Like it really got nothing I would want to say on air, but it got really messy and affected a lot of the relationships down to the cousin level, like me with my cousins and et cetera. So it's I want to do everything we can. Mind you, we are not playing with nearly as much money as they were, but let's just avoid that. I want to avoid everything that can come with what this is step one into hating your sibling. This could really fracture and ruin that family.
Well, you can't hate your sibling for a decision your parents made.
You can.
I've seen it happen.
You can. Especially if you uphold that. So if the parents die and you go and take that money that they gave you, you can hate your sibling.
Yeah.
Okay, mom and dad did that, but you know that that's fucked up. You should give me. And they're no, mom and dad gave this to me, and that can cause strife.
This happens a lot too. So I mean, I don't know. This is where I feel for her, but I would just be look, you're like you said, you're smart. You went to a great college. You're fortunate enough to be financially stable. you did what you were supposed to do. You put in the work. You're living a good life. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. I guess take what your parents give you once, you know, that time comes. But I just wouldn't hold it over my sister's head. I wouldn't try to vilify her because of a decision your parents. Like, I would just try to make it less about my sister. Don't call her a bum. Like, don't like besmirch. Like, you took some jabs at your sister in this. Don't make it about her. She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't make this decision.
There
has to be a reason why.
Successful.
There has to be a reason why her parents felt like, because sometimes parents would be like, she might need more money because she's not as responsible as you are. You already have a good job. You're already saving money. She's a teacher. She doesn't make, you know, they don't make as much money, unfortunately, but it might be, it's not necessarily a negative thing. Like your parents don't love you as much or don't care about you. So probably they feel like she needs more help and assistance and
but
support.
That's what they said.
Than you do.
That's what they said. But also don't let it make you distant from your parents either. I know we're saying like, don't let it make you distant from your sister, but your parents are still alive and that is a blessing.
Also awkward though.
Yeah, very awkward.
Because you get a glimpse of that thinking dad was out of here.
Happen, and
now he's healthy, and you looking at him at the game like, motherfucker.
Yeah, now we're chilling like, hey, I read that fucking will, sir.
Yeah. You want to change some things? Yeah.
I would ask, like, I would love for a callback. Talk to your parents. Your holidays are coming up. You're all going to be home. I would.
No.
Leave your sister out of the conversation.
No. Don't bring that up over the holiday.
Cared, well, maybe not over the
That's going to fuck the whole holiday up.
But like, if she obviously wants to talk, I don't think it's smart for her to just sit and fester in this.
Well, she asked them and they told her why. To keep bringing it up, you're never going to get she's not going to get an answer that she's happy with.
Until she hears, all right, you can get $125,000 more.
Exactly.
They say, what's your Venmo?
Right.
I mean, I love hearing the stress from you guys. I'm an only child and my mom has assured me that there's no money.
But she has life insurance, right?
She does.
So
where's that guy that, never mind.
I was gonna, you know what's so crazy?
I got some more work.
You know what's so crazy?
I got some more work for you.
Rory, I was gonna say, push it on the stairs.
Where's
and then
the United Health murderer when you need him?
Claim denied.
Yes, my mom has life insurance.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know how much I've never really even thought about that. Yeah, that's never even crossed my mind that there would be money.
My parents did a trip.
Left.
They took like a vacation for the first time ever. They went to Portugal together, and my mom told me, she called me, and my mom is so like serious with everything. She's like, Julian, because they don't fly, they don't travel, so this is all like new to them. She was like, we put the will, the testament, She's like telling me, she's like in the drawer with the lock and key underneath the.
Just to get on a flight.
Just literally, I'm like, Ma, you're going on vacation for a week. Like,
I do respect that though.
Yeah,
because if both parents are leaving and like something were to happen, yeah, I think that's.
It's nice of them to be responsible, but I'm like in the mindset of like, oh my God, this is so exciting. I'm so happy for you guys. And she's like, when we die, there's a will and thing. I'm like, all right.
That's being a parent.
Yeah. I guess.
I don't want to have that conversation.
Every single time one of my parents piss me off, I start adding up them numbers between the both of them. I'd be like, if I could take y'all both out one car crash.
See, I've never had that thought
life insurance.
ever.
They be pissing me off. I would
my mom
actually
just
kill a
asked me to
parent.
pay for a hot water heater, and so I know there's no money. But but now I didn't think about that life insurance angle because she definitely has life insurance.
Yeah,
that's what Aaron Hernandez did.
They'll say that though. They'll say I'm worth. Damn, so fucked up.
She could go out a hero.
They'll say I'm worth. My parents always say I'm worth more dead to you than I am alive.
Okay, but also my mother has diabetes, so I don't think her life insurance is as crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
No,
pre-existing conditions.
Her premium is just probably.
They always
high
get you
as
with those
fuck.
pre-existing conditions, man.
Oh, thank God that guy got murked today. What?
Does she have United Health? Let me stop. You know what?
Yeah, I think she has. Yeah, she has United.
We're Blue
But
Cross
they
Blue
have
Shield.
denied her insulin shit. The amount of money my mother has paid for insulin as a type 1 diabetic is fucking insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, kill them all. And Mom, I'm not going to kill you, but Demaris did just remind me that you have health insurance.
Just saying. Something to think about.
Maybe I won't bring the orange juice on the next low blood sugar.
Be slow getting it to her.
Amara, when you listen to this in 10 years, when he's starting to get on your nerves, call me. I got all the information.
I mean, sometimes you just don't.
Amara don't cash the fuck out with my life insurance. I got my life insurance when I was as healthy as a human being could be. My life insurance is fire right now. Amara's going to be
pre-polluted.
She's going to murder me at least in 15, 20 years.
Didn't you say that you put us on your life insurance? You said that, right?
No, that wasn't something about the pod.
Yeah.
It's not life insurance. You have to have
I don't think
insurance for broadcasting if we say something crazy and we get sued.
No, I
There's
thought
insurance.
I was on your life insurance. Did you lie to me?
When have I ever told
Why
you you're
would
my
you-
life insurance?
What did you?
That's
lie
not
to
even
me?
possible.
I don't. I'm about to say I don't even know what she's.
That's not even like a thing that could exist.
Demaris is on my
No,
life insurance.
There's insurance on this
you don't
podcast.
claim me as a dependent?
Yo, that's,
Sometimes
that is crazy.
when you need an Uber home, yeah.
Yeah, I told you. See? But
No,
anyway.
there's insurance on this podcast, but that's if we get sued, we have insurance to cover it. So, but don't sue us.
No CMDs. You brought up Blue Cross Blue Shield. I knew they did some fuck shit. They're stopped paying complete duration of anesthesia for patients after surgical procedures. So whoever their CEO is, good luck.
Yeah, he's next.
You're up next. I think it's a woman.
Peach, can you make
Equal opportunist, by the way. Kill
Can
it.
you make Maul John Q for the artwork for this episode?
Can you be the little boy?
I just feel like that's racist a little
That'd
bit.
be hilarious. Yeah. Well,
Because you make
Not
the
in
John
blackface,
Q
though.
joke. So why you can't be John Q?
because that would be blackface.
No, it wouldn't, because we made you Snoop without changing your skin color. You were white Snoop in the baby boy cover.
I guess
White
that's true.
Snoop. He looked like Jamal from House Party 2.
What would it be easier for Peach to make that cover me or Maul? Peach got the joke.
This was such a good movie. John Q is a classic. He should have won
It
an
definitely is
Oscar
a
for
classic.
this, not Training Day. By the way, Training Day is overrated. Oh my God, don't shoot me.
What?
I watched it over the break. I watched it over the break.
What?
What?
I watched it
That
over the
took me a
break.
second to process.
Because, so this is why, right? I never was a big Training Day fan and I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out why, because I'm a huge Denzel fan. And I showed it to my little sister for the first time. She had never watched it. And she was watching it and she was just like, what is the plot in this? And I was like, you have a really good point. What is the plot of Training Day? No, seriously, the plot, not what the purpose of the movie. I know the purpose of
He
the
was
movie.
trying to get money to pay back the mob that he owed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you
Alonzo
don't figure that out. You don't figure that
Killed
out
the
until
wrong
the
person
last
in Vegas.
10 minutes.
That sounds
no,
like a great movie. You don't know what the fuck is about to happen until the end.
No, he goes to the restaurant to meet the meeting of the men or whatever it is. All the big cops to say, hey, I have this debt. I'm gonna pay it. Like that's like in the beginning of the movie, damn near.
Yeah, I missed that part. I don't know. It's just it's not a bad movie.
Wait,
It's a good
you
movie.
killed me for saying Baby Boy doesn't have a plot. Now Training Day
No,
doesn't have
Baby
a
Boy
plot.
has a plot.
No, it doesn't.
No, I think I agree with you. Baby Boy doesn't have a plot, but I just feel like I don't know. I feel like it was just so heralded, and I just don't feel like it.
Training Day?
It's one of the greatest movies that's ever.
Training Day is a
See,
great
no,
movie.
see, like I can't rock with that.
Training Day is a great movie.
It's a good movie.
what is
I
better?
agree, but
That's
I
a
just don't
great
think
movie.
it's one of
Like
the best
Goodfellas
movies.
may be the only thing you could say that's better than Training Day.
Like in the day was really in the jungles. That alone makes it great. Like those was real bloods. Like those wasn't actors.
No, act like.
Those was real bloods. Yeah, like that was a great movie. Training Day was a great movie.
But what don't you like about it? I'm
It's
so.
not that I don't. It's not. I didn't say I don't like it. I never just thought it was just this greatest. Everybody paints it to be like this greatest movie, and like he got an Oscar for it, and I'm just like,
What's your favorite movie
my favorite movie?
of all time?
It would have to be Titanic or Goodfellas, Bad Boys 2. Like, but my favorite movies don't mean
Bad
that they're
Boys
the best.
2.
It
What's the
doesn't
plot
mean
of
that
Bad
they're
Boys
the
2?
best movie.
Over Training Day?
Bad Boys 2 is a masterclass in spending money.
Saying
What's
my-
the plot of that movie?
Saying my favorite movie doesn't mean that I think it's the greatest movie ever. It's my favorite. Mulan is one of my favorite movies. Like,
Bangs.
I don't think it's the greatest.
Yeah, but I'm
movie
just
ever
I'm just
exists.
listening to what you're saying is your favorites of all time and just comparing where Training Day ranks against those movies in particular.
Well, for a favorite, it depends on what you look for in movies. Like,
Yeah,
what
like
I look
Superbad
for.
is one of my favorite movies, but I wouldn't pin that against Training Day.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Okay, but I think
you also wouldn't say Training Day is overrated.
It's good. I haven't seen it recent enough to say that if it's overrated or not. I just remember it being a good movie.
It checks every box. Like, I get what you guys are saying.
I do
I love
wanna watch
Superbad
it
too,
again
but I wouldn't
now.
put it against Goodfellas. It checks every box of writing, storyline, acting, action, plot. Like, everything about it is perfect. It's perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's your
It's.
opinion.
I want to
see that warrant.
Macy Gray went crazy.
I want to see that warrant.
That
Why do you
Chinese
sound like that?
That's how she sounded.
They're going to kill me for that Training Day take. And it's,
Training Day is almost too good.
I just think that Denzel, I don't know. I really just don't like the fact that he got an Oscar for playing a crooked cop when he's played way better roles. He's acted way better than he has in Training Day. And I don't know. I think he could have
Wait.
got an Oscar for something else.
What do you think he's acted better in?
The reason why I brought this up is because we were talking about John Q.
John Q is incredible.
If you look at the John Q performance compared to the Training Day performance, you're going to tell me that you think that he performed better in Training Day than in John Q.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's your
He should have got an Oscar for He Got Game for sure.
American Gangster's up there for me.
Yes, I just watched that for the first. I had never seen American
That movie
Gangster, guys.
is fucking amazing.
I just watched it for the first time this weekend.
I'd take that over.
You
Training
just
Day.
watched American Gangster?
I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was younger, and I just never went back to it. I'm a girl. It's
so
not
good.
something
I
that was a
get
must watch for me. So I watched it for the first time, and I loved it. It was so good.
Such a good movie.
He Got Game. Yes, I agree that Denzel should have gotten an award for it. Only because one of the greatest actors ever had to play off Ray Allen. Like that's the masterclass in acting. How did he even make that work? Ray Allen is one of the worst actors that's ever existed.
And Giselle made him look good.
Do you know the scene when he's shaking his sister and say, "We ain't got no money"?
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst acting I've ever seen in my fucking life.
December 14th, we are home for the last show of the year at the Gramercy Theater in New York City. A few tickets are available now at newrorymall.com.
Very few.
Very few. So if you haven't gotten them and if you plan on just waiting until the last minute, take your chances. But tickets are running low. But we will be excited to see everybody December 14th at the Gramercy Theater for our final show of the year. Rory?
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Well, let's sign off.
All right. Well, have a blessed weekend. Be safe. Have fun. It's cold as shit in New York.
I love it.
So I'll be home most of the weekend just chilling and watching.
Oh, just because it's cold, right?
Well, I'm always home.
That's what
I'm always home. But now I have an excuse to be home. People are like, you coming? Like, it's cold as shit outside. I ain't going nowhere. But be safe, be blessed, whatever you're doing this weekend. We'll talk to y'all soon. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. Peace.